Chapter 736. Just as Xiao Han became an immortal and the world celebrated, the black planet inside Xiao Han's body suddenly broke open. This black planet was evolved from immortal Emperor Zhu Dao's lair and had been refined into Xiao Han's body. The surface of the black planet was the genius zone. Then one level at a time. Now only the core layer of the black planet, the fourth layer, had yet to be explored. However, in the entire universe only Xiao Han had the right to explore the fourth layer. Because Xiao Han had inherited immortal Emperor Zhu Dao's legacy, he was the only lucky one to be favored. Master was right. Once I become an immortal, I'll have the right to enter the fourth layer of the treasure vault and inherit all of Master's wealth. Now, the fourth layer of the treasure vault has been opened for me. Xiao Han was stunned. Then he thought of the piles of immortal artifacts and Dharma treasures in the fourth layer, the supreme Dharma treasures that ranked among the top in the immortal world, and the soul of the 100 Lives Blade Dao. Xiao Han's heart was burning with passion. Moreover, at this moment, the mysterious world inside the cracked black planet seemed to have formed a subtle connection with Xiao Han's divine soul. This connection was like a connection between flesh and blood. I can't care so much anymore. Now, immediately use my divine soul to enter the fourth layer of the treasure vault and see what's going on. Xiao Han could not resist the temptation of the fourth layer of the treasure vault at all. Baisher, protect me and protect my body. Now I'm going to withdraw my divine soul and explore some things, Xiao Han immediately ordered. Yes, Master. Upon hearing that, Baisher and the other 100 powerful level 7 creatures from the alternate dimension surrounded Xiao Han meticulously. They surrounded Xiao Han meticulously. They guarded him closely. Meanwhile, Xiao Han sat cross-legged. It was as if he was taking a nap, but at the same time, he seemed to be comprehending something profound. The spectators around them did not even dare to breathe loudly. Uncle Mingchu, what is my father doing? Xiao Han's son Xiaoan asked curiously. This. Xiao Mingchu was speechless. Then he patted Xiaoan's head lovingly and smiled gently. Xiaoan, your father is doing something we don't understand. Now that your father is an immortal emperor with remarkable abilities, his every word and action cannot be guessed by ordinary people. Xiaoan nodded as if he didn't fully understand. Xiaoan, don't ask too many questions. Mo Qingtong pulled Xiaoan into her arms and stared unblinkingly at Xiao Han. The current Xiao Han. His soul was completely immersed in the black planet inside his body. His divine soul entered the crack on the black planet. The fourth level of Zhu Dao Immortal Emperor's treasure trove. As soon as they entered the fourth floor, Xiao Han was completely stunned. Vast. This fourth level completely released a concept that was as vast as the galaxy of the universe. It completely enveloped Xiao Han. They saw. The fourth floor was an empty space. Within this space there were floating chains that resembled galaxies. It was ethereal and mysterious. Starry divine light flickered within these chains of stars. They looked like stars, but they weren't stars. Instead, they were celestial artifacts and magical treasures that flickered with a strange light. An attack-type magical treasure. A defensive magical treasure. A special magical treasure. An elixir. Materials. Celestial technique manuals. There was no end to it, and it had everything. However, these celestial artifacts and magical treasures floating within the chains of stars were not enough to move Xiao Han. Above the chains of stars there were 4 blazing suns. Above the 4 blazing suns was a jade pendant. The jade pendant's texture was extremely soft. It was neither gold nor jade but more like meat. There were some figures rolling on it. Xiao Han knew at a glance that these figures held sabers and slashed out saber skills, saber principles, saber aura, saber intent, saber soul. These were the 100 moves of the 100 Lives Saber Dao. The more Xiao Han looked at these 100 moves, the more he felt that they were fused into one move. Oh, I understand now. Within the 4 blazing suns, there are 4 supreme magical treasures, and that special jade pendant is the final legacy of the 100 Lives Saber Dao. It is also the core legacy. Refining this jade pendant into one's body will allow one to comprehend the final move of the 100 Lives Saber Dao. 100 lives returned to 1. Xiao Han understood completely. Soon Xiao Han saw an ancient-looking envelope beside the jade pendant. This envelope? Xiao Han hesitated for a moment, then he understood. Yes, that's right. Master once said that there was a secret in the 4th level of his treasure trove. Now, it looks like this letter contains Master's secret. After a pause, Xiao Han fell into deep thought. Master was the 5th-ranked celestial emperor in the celestial world, a high-grade celestial emperor. He was immortal and indestructible, but he perished in a realm of the mortal world. Master didn't die in the battle against the monster race, or even in the battle to seal the monster god. Why did he perish in a realm of the mortal world? Could it be that he was wronged? That's right, when I explored the first few floors of Master's treasure, I did sense some resentment from Master. Moreover, Baishur and the others also said that Master didn't have a good relationship with many celestial emperors in the celestial world. All these questions must be hidden in the letter. Good. Since I've inherited Master's legacy, I'll naturally obey Master's last words. Just as Xiao Han was lost in thought, Immortal Emperor Ju Dao's deep and desolate voice rang out. At this moment, Immortal Emperor Ju Dao's voice was filled with gratification and relief. Ha ha ha, disciple, congratulations on entering the core level of Master's treasure. It's not easy. It's really not easy. Back then when I died I sealed all my treasures, wealth and cultivation. I set up a few checkpoints, hoping that the future generation of heroes and geniuses would come and explore. On the surface, Master was unrestrained and wanted to play tricks on the world, but in fact, Master was choosing a successor. However, when I set up these checkpoints, Master knew that it was highly possible. No one could take Master's treasures. Explore to the end. Explore. After all, it was too harsh. To be honest, Master didn't have much hope. It's very likely that Master's wealth would be annihilated in the boundless universe. However, disciple, as a mortal, you stood proudly among the heroes and finally obtained Master's treasures. You passed through many checkpoints. He had displayed his stunning talent. Now, disciple, you've also become an immortal, and you're qualified to inherit everything from Master. Alright, my disciple, now you can refine any treasure on the 4th floor. Ah, enjoy it. Thank you, Master. Xiao Han immediately said respectfully. Then Xiao Han's eyes swept around, and his spirit seeped into many treasures. Soon Xiao Han found that, for example, the fairy weapons and magic treasures floating in the galaxy chain, he could refine and control them with his mind. As for the 4 most powerful supreme fairy weapons, as well as the core inheritance of the 100 Lives Saber principle and the letter, Xiao Han needed to refine them with his blood. Phew, take it slowly, let's see first. When I return to the Yaoxia region, I'll slowly refine these treasures in the Yaoxia Pagoda. Now is not the time to refine and control them. Xiao Han's spirit had entered the black planet inside his body, and his body was still in full view of everyone. Countless people in the immortal realm were watching Xiao Han. Among them were Xiao Han's own people, but there were also a large number of unrelated people. Xiao Han did not want to attract attention by refining and controlling the magic treasures at this time. Whoosh! Xiao Han's spirit swept over and directly scanned the 4 most powerful supreme fairy weapons. The light emitted by these 4 most powerful supreme fairy weapons was many times stronger than the scorching sun. The first magic treasure was a palm-sized cloth bag, which looked very ordinary. The gray cloth bag was engraved with some simple patterns and hieroglyphs. However, when Xiao Han's spirit seeped into it, he was completely lost. This cloth bag gave off the feeling that there was a universe hidden inside. Extremely brilliant law of space was contained in it. It was as if this cloth bag had become a world of its own. In the history of the immortal realm, the number 1 magic treasure, the Cosmos Bag, a top space magic treasure that can contain countless planets, including all directions. Xiao Han was amazed. Then there was a saber. The Emperor Slayer Saber. It killed a mid-level immortal emperor like a gust of wind cutting grass. The Linglong Pagoda, a time immortal treasure. The Sky Demon Clone. After refining it, it was equivalent to having a powerful mid-level immortal emperor clone. Although Xiao Han was already an extremely calm person, when he looked at these magic treasures that belonged to him, he could not help but feel his heart palpitate. At the same time, outside, Xiao Han's body was sitting cross-legged as if he was sleeping. His breathing was even. The 100 level 7-dimensional life forms surrounded Xiao Han in 3 layers, guarding him in a battle formation. The rest of the people stared at Xiao Han with their mouths agape. The scene was extremely quiet. On the other hand, at the intersection of the immortal realm and the demon realm, the cosmic origin energy floated. 3 high-level immortal emperors. At this moment, the 3 high-level immortal emperors were already standing. Their expressions were extremely solemn. Immortal chi was boiling all over their bodies. After that kid Xiao Han became an immortal emperor, his spirit immediately retracted. If I'm not wrong, there's an inner world inside Xiao Han's body. His spirit is entering the inner world. Ah, I know too. Now that Xiao Han has become an immortal, he must have opened the core level of the Invincible Blade's treasure. In other words, the invincible blade's lair has been refined into Xiao Han's body, forming an inner world. Now that Xiao Han's spirit has retracted, his spirit must have entered the inner world. After waiting for so long, this day has finally come. Ah! The invincible blade's most precious supreme fairy treasure has appeared. Ah! Heaven Earth Pouch, Emperor Slayer Saber, the Linglong Pagoda, the Heavenly Demon Clone. Among them, the Heaven Earth Pouch is the #1 spatial immortal treasure in the immortal realm. The Linglong Pagoda is the #1 immortal treasure in the immortal realm. The Heavenly Demon Clone can nurture a mid-level immortal Emperor outer body clone. However, this outer body clone can also cultivate, and its cultivation speed is not slow. As long as it cultivates in the cosmic origin energy, the Heavenly Demon Clone can also evolve into a high-level immortal Emperor. Among the 4 treasures, only the Monarch Beheading Saber has the smallest potential. However, the Monarch Beheading Saber can kill a mid-tier Celestial Emperor instantly. Its attack power is equivalent to the attack of a high-tier Celestial Emperor. Alright, let's cut to the chase. We'll immediately send a telepathic message through Divine Will. Subdue Xiao Han. In the barren area of the immortal realm. In Xiao Han's realm. In Xiao Han's realm. In front of countless immortals. One after another, they rushed to Xiao Han's realm to attend the ceremony of Xiao Han becoming an emperor. Everyone was silent and respectful. Suddenly, boom, 3 supreme Daos. Controlling everything. Dominating the 8 desolates. The will that swept across the universe directly shrouded over. Enveloping the barren area of the immortal realm. It completely enveloped Xiao Han's plane. The tyrannical pressure of a sovereign descending upon the world filled the void. This pressure directly intimidated all living beings in Xiao Han's realm, causing their chi, blood, and souls to tremble. A kind of submission and cowardice welled up. Just like a good show, the ants were intimidated by the giant eagle that was laughing proudly in the sky. In Xiao Han's realm. Be it mortals or immortals, even immortal emperors, they were all stunned. Even the powerful level 7 alternate dimension life form like Baishur was completely stunned. Ha ha ha, mortal realm? Xiao Han. Ha ha ha. The 3 supreme and invincible voices let out laughter. His laughter was calm and carefree, as if everything was under his control. Gao, Gao, high-level celestial emperor, it's the will of a high-level celestial emperor. Immediately, some of the celestial emperors who came to Xiao Han's plane to watch the ceremony let out dreamy voices. His voice was filled with extreme fear. High-tier immortal emperors are able to dominate the world. With just a single strand of their will, they are able to shatter everything in their path. Baishur and the others were shocked at first, then they exchanged glances with each other. The next moment, Xiao, Crow Mo Qingtong Xiaoan and the others who stood near Xiao Han's family as well as the mortals from Xiao Han's plane, were all summoned by Baishur and the others to protect them. Everyone don't panic, Baishur forced himself to calm down. However, Baishur was also very anxious. One must know that a high-level immortal emperor was the most terrifying existence in the immortal world. After the demon god was sealed and fell to the ground, it could be said that the master of this world was a high-level immortal emperor. Now there were 3 high-level immortal emperors controlling Xiao Han's plane with their will. This was almost impossible to resist. Even if 100 level 7 creatures from an alternate dimension joined forces, they would not be able to resist 3 high-level immortal emperors. Moreover, the high-level immortal emperors must have a heaven-defying celestial artifact in their hands. At this time, one of the 3 high-level immortal emperors continued to speak. Xiao Han, as a mortal, you are indeed heaven-defying. Since you came to the immortal world, we are very clear about the numerous crimes you have committed. You uprooted and completely destroyed the first heaven society, killed countless immortals, and even killed a large number of immortal emperors. Although we did not intervene in this matter, don't even think about hiding it from us. Your every move can't escape our eyes. The voice was full of reproach. With a single thought, the weather changed. Xiao Han's plane turned cold and frigid. Heavy snowflakes fell from the sky. In an instant, some of the weak mortals who had never practiced martial arts in Xiao Han's plane were frozen to death. Xiao Han, you have some things that you should not have. Now hand them over, then kneel in front of us and repent. Repent for the crimes you have committed. This way we might forgive you. Alright, in this plane, those who are not involved, all get out of this desolate area of the immortal world. Xiao Han, your bones are very strong. I guess you will not give in immediately, but we will put more pressure on you. We will let you know that a firefly cannot compete with the sun and the moon. As soon as the words were spoken, boom, A giant hand that covered the sky appeared directly above Xiao Han's plane. This giant hand was jade in color and had a soft luster like meat. One could clearly see the palm lines, meridians, and blood vessels. The sky-covering hand exuded the power of creation. Yes, creation. To create, it meant that one had to first destroy. The hand slowly pressed down on Xiao Han's plane. The heavens collapsed. Space was destroyed. Time stopped. Stars were dismembered. All life was powerless to resist. However, there were some gaps between the 5 fingers of the hand, representing a chance of survival. However, these gaps were slowly closing. Run for your lives. A calamity is upon us. Advanced immortal emperors are invincible in the immortal world and can sweep through all 3,000 great realms. In an instant, the immortals who had come to Xiao Han's plane to observe the ceremony all flew up and escaped through the gaps between the fingers of the jade hand. As for the mortals of Xiao Han's plane, Crow and the other immortals, and the beings from the alternate dimensions, they defended the plane with all their might. However, the power of 3 advanced immortal emperors was too terrifying. Now, the entire plane felt like it was on the verge of shattering. Release your energy. Resist. Bai Shi roared and released all the power in his body, forming a light screen that covered the plane. Next, 99 Shi and the others also released their own power, forming light screens that covered the plane. 100 layers of light screens stacked together. Childish. It's no use. The giant hand continued pressing down. Some bubbles exploded on the light screen. At this time, Xiao Han's divine soul also left the 4th layer of the Judao Immortal Emperor's treasure. Xiao Han opened his eyes and stood up. Master, bad news. 3 advanced immortal emperors are attacking. Bai Shi and the others immediately shouted when they saw Xiao Han waking up. Master, we can only buy some time. We can't fight against these 3 powerful beings. Humph. Xiao Han's gaze was cold. Previously, I felt that I was being watched. It turns out that these high-level celestial emperors have been watching me in the dark all this while. Now that they know that I opened Master's treasure, they no longer hold back and are pressuring me directly. Xiao Han, hand over those things, kneel, repent, and beg us to forgive your sins. A solemn voice came from beyond the 9 heavens. To be continued. Chapter 737. Xiao Han finally realized that the ones spying on him were the high-rank immortal emperors in hiding. These few high-level immortal emperors were really able to endure very well. They didn't make their move until Xiao Han opened the 4th layer of Immortal Emperor Judao's treasure. Once they made their move, it was with the force of a thunderbolt. They didn't hold back at all. The giant hand that blotted out the sky slowly pressed down on Xiao Han's plane with the divine sense of 3 high-rank immortal emperors. Now, in Xiao Han's mortal plane, many immortals from all over the immortal world had fled for their lives, afraid of being caught in the crossfire. In Xiao Han's plane, the only people left were his own people. The pressure of a high-rank immortal emperor. The sky darkened. The sun and moon dimmed. The doomsday calamity descended. Master, we can't resist it. Bai Shi and the others mobilized all the energy in their bodies to form a barrier that protected the entire plane. Zhetian raised his hand and slowly pressed down. The space and time in the entire barren area of the world of immortals were destroyed. Traces of destruction and evaporation could be seen everywhere. Only Xiao Han's plane could temporarily protect itself because of the 100 layers of barriers. However, as time passed, the barriers would still be worn away. Moreover, the current situation was that they could only defend. They couldn't fight back. Once they did, the 3 immortal emperors would be able to kill Bai Shi like an ant. The difference was too great. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to describe it as the difference between heaven and earth. Mid-rank immortal emperors and high-rank immortal emperors were only 1 level apart. However, since time immemorial, only a few high-rank immortal emperors had been born in the entire world of immortals. It wasn't just the difference in strength but also the difference in state of mind, comprehension, and compatibility with the universe. It was as if a higher rank could crush someone to death. Xiao Han naturally knew the current situation. Danger was piling up. Even though Xiao Han had already become an immortal and was now a low-grade immortal emperor, he was still helpless against 3 high-grade immortal emperors. Master, this is bad. The space around our plane has been sealed and time has stopped flowing. We can't escape now. We can only be suppressed. Bai Shi roared. Forget it. Master, I'll lead the 99 generations and the others to charge forward and fight against these high-rank immortal emperors. We'll carve out a path of blood with our lives and send Master and your family out. Master, let's charge. said the 100 level 7-dimensional beings. All of them hissed and roared. His blood was boiling. All of them contained the will to die. That's right. There were 100 cultivators comparable to middle-grade celestial monarchs. If they were willing to sacrifice themselves and charge forward to interfere with the giant hand, they might be able to fight for a chance of survival for Xiaohan. However, the price was too heavy. Even if Xiaohan managed to escape, he would lose his greatest trump card. Moreover, Xiaohan had always been kind to his own people. He absolutely could not bear to see his own people sacrifice themselves. Wait. Xiaohan let out a heart-wrenching scream. His eyes were bloodshot and his entire body was trembling. He clenched his teeth and looked up at the sky, at the gigantic hand that was pressing down on him. He said viciously, "You're right, Xiaohan. Pressure. This is using force to oppress others. There's no logic to it. They want me, Xiaohan, to hand over the treasures left behind by my master, and they want to brainwash me and control me. However, I, Xiaohan, will not yield. I will not yield." Xiaohan's mind flashed as he racked his brains to come up with a plan. "Why sure. Don't act rashly. Let me think." Bai Shi and the others fell silent. However, they were all ready to take action. As soon as Xiaohan gave the order, they would protect Xiaohan with their lives. Of course, it did not mean that Bai Shi and the others would be able to save Xiaohan by sacrificing themselves. It was also possible that it would be useless and they would die in vain. As for Xiaohan, in the time it takes for a spark to fly off a flint, countless thoughts flashed through his mind. One should know that Xiaohan's divine soul and mental strength were extremely powerful. Therefore, thousands of thoughts could appear in his mind in a split second. However, in the current situation, many ideas and strategies were directly eliminated by Xiaohan. In the end, Xiaohan sat down cross-legged and used his saber intent to cut off the negative emotions in his mind so that he would not have any distracting thoughts. Everyone looked at Xiaohan. In such a desperate situation, everyone in this plane was strangely confident in Xiaohan. Even Xiaohan was extremely strong and did not give in or cry. "What should I do? I'm trapped now and I can't fight back or escape. I don't have much time left. Currently, my greatest trump card is the 100 level 7 alternate dimension lifeforms. However, that's not enough to fight against 3 high-level celestial emperors. My own combat strength is still too weak." Duanling Tian thought to himself. In fact, Xiaohan still had another trump card, and that was the spirit of the monster god in his heart. In this kind of situation, the demon god's soul began to emit enticing sounds. Within Xiaohan's divine will, the demon god's voice constantly transmitted over, wanting Xiaohan to completely relax his heart and soul, to no longer have any defenses. In this way, the demon god would bestow some power upon Xiaohan. However, Xiaohan forcefully used his saber intent to completely destroy the monster god's enticing and decadent sounds. One should know that the monster god was an incomparably evil existence that ruled over all realms. Once he let go of his divine sense and did not resist, he might very well be possessed. Trump card. Do I still have any trump cards? Right at this moment? A ray of light suddenly flashed in Xiaohan's mind. Wait, I still have a trump card. The treasure that Master gave me. In Xiaohan's inner world, on the Black Planet, on the 4th floor of Immortal Emperor Ju Dao's treasure, there were many immortal weapons and treasures, as well as 4 supreme and invincible treasures. There was also the core inheritance of the 100 Lives Saber Dao in a letter. Under such circumstances, Xiaohan suddenly had an idea. Among these treasures there was one. It seemed to be able to help Xiaohan. Yes, there was an artifact. It might even be able to help Xiaohan and all the living beings in this realm escape this calamity. That was a Qingquan pouch. The number 1 spatial immortal weapon in the celestial realm. It could store the boundless world. Good. The Qingquan bag. I will refine the Qingquan bag and store the entire realm in it. Let's see if these high-level immortal emperors can break the Qingquan bag. They can really break it. Then it will be the heavens that want to destroy me. If they can't break it, I can hide in the Qingquan bag with all the living beings in this realm for a period of time. Although I might be controlled by the 3 high-level immortal emperors after entering the Qingquan bag, they could bring the Qingquan bag with them and slowly torture me. But at least it's better than being killed by them immediately, right? In a flash, Xiaohan had already made up his mind. He would try to refine the Qingquan bag. Try his luck and see if he could escape with his life. After making up his mind. With life and death on the line, Xiaohan did not waste any more time and directly said to Bai Shi, "Bai Shi, do your best to protect the light screen and try to buy as much time as possible. Remember, do not take the initiative to attack. Now, I have thought of a way to gamble. But I need time. Yes, master. After giving his instructions, Xiao Han gave his wife and son a faint smile. Then he closed his eyes and sent his divine soul into the black planet in his body. At this moment, the gigantic hand that blotted out the sky was approaching them inch by inch. It was about to touch the defensive barrier that Baisher and the others had erected. The entire realm was in a precarious situation. Baisher and the other 100 level 7 beings in the alternate dimension guarded their divine souls tightly. They focused on supplying energy to maintain the energy barrier. Mocking and mocking laughter rang out in the void. Ants, as expected, you're putting up a stubborn resistance. However, it's useless. You actually have so many experts comparable to middle-stage immortal emperors under you. However, compared to us, middle-stage immortal emperors are far too inferior. On the 4th floor of the Celestial Emperor's treasure. At this moment, Xiao Han's divine soul carried a drop of his heart's blood as it charged toward one of the 4 suns. The Qingquan bag. Puff. The scorching hot blood directly entered the Qingquan bag. Xiao Han's divine soul was also wrapped in the Qingquan bag. Puff, puff, puff. The Qingquan bag emitted a sound that sounded like it was breathing. It was like a baby that had just woken up. The golden light emitted by the Qingquan bag began to converge and enter Xiao Han's divine soul inch by inch. It formed a little connection with Xiao Han. And this connection gradually increased. I've started refining this Qingquan bag. Faster. Faster. Xiao Han screamed madly in his heart. His divine soul tightly wrapped around the Qingquan bag. Outside Xiao Han's inner world. Finally. Rumble. Toppling mountains and overturning seas. Galloping horses. Piercing through nothingness. Shattering all directions. The gigantic hand that blotted out the sky finally pressed down on the defensive barrier outside Xiao Han's realm. The defensive barrier was supported by the energy released by Baisher and the other 100 level 7 beings in the alternate dimension. Puff. With this press, a huge palm depression appeared on the defensive barrier. Ha ha ha, how childish. A defensive barrier formed by all the energy can only hold on for 15 minutes. You're like a mantis trying to stop a chariot. Very interesting. When this defensive barrier breaks, you bunch of ants will be exhausted. At that time, I'll slowly torture you. The voices of the 3 high-level immortal emperors were the voices that had complete control over everything. As for Baisher and the others, they were having a hard time. Hold on. Master seems to be planning something. Hold on. Baisher gritted his teeth and roared. All the energy in his body was released. His face turned deathly pale. At this time, the 3 high-level immortal emperors were still mocking him. Not bad, actually not bad at all. To be able to hold on for 15 minutes is already something to be proud of. When you go to the Yellow Springs you can show off. Ha ha ha. Xiao Han's inner world. Currently, Xiao Han was refining the Qingquan bag with all his might. Fortunately, Xiao Han was now an immortal emperor. Therefore it was slightly easier to refine. If Xiao Han was just an ordinary perfected immortal, he would need to simmer it slowly and carefully refine it. That would take a lot of time. Refine. Control. Hurry. Although Xiao Han's divine soul was refining the Qingquan bag, he was aware of what was happening outside. He knew that the situation was getting more and more dangerous. Heart blood. Xiao Han squeezed out another drop of blood from his heart and sprayed it on the Qingquan bag. Moreover, at the moment of life and death, Xiao Han's life potential was stimulated limitlessly. The golden light released by the Qingquan bag entered Xiao Han's divine soul like a tidal wave. As a result, the connection between Xiao Han and the Qingquan bag became stronger and stronger. Outside Xiao Han's inner world. Time passed by the minutes and seconds. The giant hand that the 3 high-level immortal emperors had unleashed was like a giant millstone that continuously whittled away the defensive barrier that Baisher and the others had created. Now the defensive barrier was getting thinner and thinner. As it was squeezed, there was a series of explosions that sounded like the sound of wood cracking. Brr. Hold on. Baisher and the others roared at the top of their lungs. Each of them was like a lamp that had run out of oil. At this time, Wu Yu, Xiao Mingqiu, and all the mortals in this plane were sitting cross-legged and praying in unison. Their voices contained hope, survival, and faith. Some mortals even began to sing the unique songs of this plane. At this moment, a small hole was finally pierced through the defensive light barrier. A violent hurricane immediately burst in and destroyed many of the mountain ranges in this plane. Is this really the end? The eyes of Wu Yu and the others began to turn gloomy. At this time, Baisher and the others exchanged glances. Forget it, the defensive barrier has been pierced. In the end it has been pierced. Let's charge forward and self-destruct to buy the last bit of time for Master. Ants, surrender now. The three high-rank immortal emperors let out a deep voice that seemed to dictate everything. Xiaohan's inner world. The fourth floor of the immortal emperor's treasure vault. Finally. Success. Boom. Endless golden light surged into Xiaohan's body. Then the cosmos sac floated next to Xiaohan's body. At this moment, Xiaohan and the cosmos sac established a connection of flesh and blood, completely inseparable. Moreover, all the functions of the cosmos sac were perfectly under Xiaohan's control. There's no time to lose. Collect. Xiaohan's mind moved slightly. The mouth of the cosmos sac burst out with millions of golden lights. Within it, the images of the sun, the moon, the mountains, the rivers, the country, the universe and the stars appeared. At the same time, the light barrier that Baishar and the others had summoned was completely worn out. Not a single drop was left. It's over, ants. Now, accept your punishment. However, at this moment, disappeared. Yes, disappeared. Everything had disappeared. Baishar and the other beings in the alternate dimension disappeared. Wu Yu and the others who had become immortals disappeared. Xiaohan's wife and son disappeared. Everyone on the plane had disappeared. To be precise, the entire plane had disappeared. There was nothing left. What? A cry of utter disbelief came from the void. It was as if Xiaohan's plane had never existed in the first place. In the place where the original plane was, there was nothing but nothingness. Only a small pocket. To be continued. Chapter 738. Just as the attack of the three immortal emperors completely obliterated the defensive barrier formed by Baishar and the other 100 beings from the alternate dimensions and was about to threaten Xiaohan's plane of existence, Xiaohan finally succeeded in refining the cosmos pouch. With a thought, the entire plane of existence entered the cosmos pouch. The number one spatial immortal artifact in the immortal world. An object created by heaven and earth. At this moment, Baishar and the other 100 beings from the alternate dimensions were all lying on the ground, panting. All of them were extremely weak. Resisting the attack of the three high-rank immortal emperors and risking their lives to buy time for Xiaohan had completely drained the energy of Baishar and the others. They were out of energy. They didn't even have the strength to stand up. Wu Eli and Mo Qingtong and the others were stunned. They looked left and right to observe their surroundings. Mother, it seems like we've arrived at another space, Xiaohan said in a low voice as he held Mo Qingtong's hand tightly. Indeed, everyone in the plane of existence could clearly feel that they had arrived at another world. Another space. It seemed like they had left the barren area of the immortal world. The sky was still azure, the air was fragrant, and the sun was still shining in the sky. However, all of this seemed to be very different from the environment of the immortal world. It was hard to tell what exactly the difference was. At this time, Xiaohan opened his eyes and stood up. It's done. We're out of danger for now. Master. Baishar and the others immediately looked at Xiaohan. The others also looked at Xiaohan in confusion. Xiaohan shook his head with a wry smile. It was really dangerous just now. I was only a hair's breadth away from death. Although I've been so close to death countless times in my life. This time it was the most terrifying, 3 high-rank immortal emperors. I still feel a lingering fear when I think about it, Xiaohan murmured. Soon, his expression turned vicious, and every word he uttered was heart-wrenching. I'll definitely get back at them. After a pause, Xiaohan calmed himself down. Here. This is the inside of the cosmos pouch. Hiss. The cosmos pouch. Baishar, Wu Li and the others gasped. They all knew. The cosmos sac was the number 1 magic treasure in the immortal world. What kind of concept was the number 1 Dharma treasure? That was the one and only in the world. Above everything else. Even those few high-tier immortal emperors did not have such a magic treasure. Very quickly, Xiaohan began to explain. This cosmos sac is a space-type celestial artifact, and it contains a world of its own. Look, the area we are in now has a sky, a sun, and a moon. It's like an independent universe. This universe also has air, spiritual energy, and immortal energy. And it's boundless. No, not boundless, but it's at least a third of the immortal world. Equivalent to 3 people sharing an immortal world. Yes, a third of the immortal world can be stored in a cosmos sac. In comparison, our plane is like a sesame seed or a mung bean. Putting it into a cosmos sac is a piece of cake. Moreover, the universe in the cosmos sac was like spring all year round, and there were no natural disasters. Our cultivation here is also very harmonious. The only thing he had to worry about was the lack of food. But it doesn't matter. Our plane can farm and fish. It's self-sufficient. We can survive for 10,000 years without falling. Xiao Han nodded repeatedly. Of course, those few high-tier immortal emperors will definitely seize the Cosmos Sack and try their best to break the restrictions on the surface of the Cosmos Sack. The potential threat is also great. Xiao Han frowned. Yes, if the 3 high-tier immortal emperors destroyed the Cosmos Sack, then Xiao Han and the living beings of his plane would have no choice but to surrender. Master, the Cosmos Sack is the #1 immortal artifact. I'm afraid it won't be easy for the 3 immortal emperors to destroy it, right? Baisher licked his lips. We're in a passive position right now anyway. Alright, from today onwards, everyone in this plane will cultivate in seclusion. Cultivate in seclusion. Xiao Han said sternly. Baisher, you guys need to cultivate too. As for me, I need to cultivate too. If our combat strength improves by leaps and bounds, then we won't be in such a sorry state when the Cosmos Sack is destroyed. At that moment, star river chains appeared in the sky. Countless immortal artifacts, mystical treasures, medicinal pills and secret manuals were floating within them. There were also 3 blazing suns that contained the 3 paragon mystical treasures. The Monarch Slayer Saber. The Linglong Pagoda. The Heavenly Demon Tribe's clone. There was also an inheritance jade plate and a letter. Listen, if you want to cultivate now, there are endless resources. The mystical treasures, medicinal pills, and secret manuals floating within the Star River chains can be obtained according to your needs and used for cultivation. Xiao Han said loudly. Yes, master. Baisher and the others answered. Meanwhile, Wu Li, Xiao Mingchu, and the others focused their attention on the mystical treasures and medicinal pills within the Star River chains. Soon, they began to discuss among themselves. Some of the medicinal pills seem to be very suitable for our cultivation. They can help us break through the barriers in our cultivation and reach the next level. Yes, I saw some immortal arts and secret manuals that are more suitable for me to cultivate. Once you cultivate it, your attack power will increase greatly. Let's cultivate hard as well. I hope we can help Xiao Han in the future. In short, even if we don't become a burden to Xiao Han, it would still be good if we don't become a burden. We should also work hard to cultivate. Soon, news of the situation in the plane spread. The huge hidden worry seemed to have stimulated the potential of all the martial artists in the plane. Everyone was motivated to cultivate. After comforting his wife and son, Xiao Han's eyes flickered. I'm going to start training immediately. There is no time to lose. With a single thought, Xiao Han determined his cultivation path. First, fuse the final move of the 100 Lifetimes Saber Dao and reach the ultimate state of 100 Lifetimes Return to 1. The second was to refine a few supreme treasures. 3. Cultivating demonic techniques. You should know. Xiao Han had hoarded countless immortal corpses. Among them were the corpses of low-grade immortal monarchs and mid-grade immortal monarchs. If these corpses were to be fed to the monarch beast palm, the power of the left arm would skyrocket. After some research, Xiao Han decided to first hoard the corpses of immortals and immortal emperors. He would refine them all first. Forget it. I'll enter the Yaoxiao Pagoda and refine the immortal corpses. Xiao Han made up his mind. However, before entering the Yaoxiao Pagoda, Xiao Han had an idea. Why don't I control the Linglong Pagoda first? Cultivating in the Linglong Pagoda will yield twice the result with half the effort. Yes, among the 4 supreme treasures. The Qingquan bag was a spatial immortal artifact. The Linglong Pagoda was a time immortal artifact. The Linglong Pagoda. It was a time immortal artifact. The Linglong Pagoda had 4 floors. The first floor had 10 days inside and 1 day outside. The second floor had 100 days inside and 1 day outside. The third floor had 1,000 days inside and 1 day outside. The fourth floor had 10,000 days inside and 1 day outside. To enter the first floor, all immortals could enter the first floor of the Linglong Pagoda. The second floor required a level 7 true immortal. The third floor required a level 8 true immortal. And the fourth floor required a level 9 true immortal. Now that Xiao Han was an immortal emperor, he could enter the fourth floor of the Linglong Pagoda. The time ratio was 10,000 days inside and 1 day outside. Cultivating in this place was truly blessed by the heavens. It could buy Xiao Han precious time. I will refine the Linglong Pagoda. Then everyone can enter the pagoda to cultivate. Xiao Han said loudly. At this moment outside, Xiao Han's plane had disappeared. Only a small cloth bag was left floating in the void. The 3 high-level immortal emperors' divine wills were stunned. They had broken the defensive shield and were about to capture Xiao Han and the others. However, in the end it was all for naught. The duck that was in their hands had flown away. In such a huge plain there were countless mortals, but only a cloth bag was left. Silence. The atmosphere was extremely strange. After dozens of breaths, "It's the Qingquan bag. It must be the Qingquan bag. This Xiao Han. It seems that he has already obtained all the treasures of the invincible saber. He refined the Qingquan bag and hid inside. Yes, the Qingquan bag is the #1 spatial immortal artifact. It is a piece of cake to store a plane. What should we do? What should we do now? It's nothing. Let's bring the Qingquan bag back. With our abilities we will be able to break it." Xiao. In the next moment the Qingquan bag was swept away by the 3 high-level immortal emperors' divine wills. At the border between the demon realm and the immortal realm, the place where the 3 high-level immortal emperors resided. At this moment 3 imposing figures were sitting cross-legged. In the middle of them was the Qingquan bag. "We have studied it for 3 days. This cosmos sack is indeed very profound. It's impossible for us to open it without damaging it." In these 3 days the 3 high-level immortal emperors tried their best but could not think of a way to open the Qingquan bag without damaging it. The restriction on the Qingquan bag is connected to the whole Qingquan bag. To open the Qingquan bag we can only refine the restriction by force and break the Qingquan bag. The 3 high-level immortal emperors exchanged glances. After dozens of breaths, weighing the pros and cons, it is true that it would be a waste to destroy this Qingquan bag. However, this is the only way. Otherwise there is nothing we can do about it. It doesn't matter if we destroy a Qingquan bag. At least we can get the Linglong Pagoda, the Monarch Slayer Saber, and the Heavenly Demon Clone. Furthermore, that Xiao Han must have some secrets. Otherwise, it would be impossible for him to be so heaven-defying. Not only did he not fall into a disadvantageous position when fighting against Celestials, but he even won time and time again. We must capture Xiao Han and investigate this matter. Forget it, let's do it. Although this Qingquan bag is broken, we can still obtain some rare and precious materials. It's not like we have nothing to gain. Refine it. Let's work together to refine this Qingquan bag. If we work together to refine this Qingquan bag we can succeed in an instant. Xiao Han, you little thief, you are cunning. Later, when we break the Qingquan bag and capture him, we will teach him a lesson. If he did not hide in the Qingquan bag, we would not have destroyed the #1 immortal artifact. Now, the 3 high-level immortal emperors were full of resentment. It was because of Xiao Han that they had lost their most brilliant immortal artifact. Boom, 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 3 balls of light burst out from the bodies of the 3 high-level immortal emperors. Accompanied by a dragon and a tiger, they shrouded the Qingquan bag. Splat. Splat. Refine. Forcibly refine. The 3 balls of light contained endless runes, beasts, and deities, and they emitted a golden radiance. The golden radiance was more than 100 times hotter than the sun. These 3 balls of light could refine a mid-level immortal emperor in less than a breath's time. They could even refine a high-level immortal emperor slowly. The Qingquan bag floated quietly like a dry stone, allowing the 3 balls of light to tear, burn, and twist it. Refine. To be continued. Chapter 739. The 3 high-level celestial emperors finally decided to destroy the #1 celestial artifact in the celestial world at all costs. Capture Xiao Han. At this moment, the 3 balls of light had already wrapped around the cosmos sack and were refining it frantically. However, several hundred breaths later, the cosmos sack still didn't budge an inch. Moreover, its surface still had that simple and unadorned luster, and there wasn't the slightest change. In other words, the 3 high-ranked celestial emperors had been calcining and refining it for several hundred breaths of time, yet they hadn't managed to break the surface of the cosmos sack. The materials of this cosmos sack are too special. Each of us released 50% of our immortal power, yet we were unable to refine or destroy it. As expected of the #1 in the celestial world. Forget it, use your full strength. It turned out that in this round of refinement, the 3 high-level immortal emperors had only taken out half of their energy. Right now he had no choice but to go all out. Roar. 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 3 muffled roars rang out. Like the roar of a heavenly dragon. Like a thunderbolt. It was as if heaven was enraged. The 3 immortal emperors used their immortal powers again. Hong, the 3 balls of light became even hotter and more powerful. The birth and destruction of all living beings, the destruction of the stars, the rise of the sun and moon, the creation of the primal chaos. All of them appeared one after another. Full power. explode, completely erupting. Humph! With our current immortal energy, we can even trap a demon god, refine a high-grade immortal emperor to death, and refine the body of a high-grade immortal emperor into immortal water. I don't believe that we can't do anything to this cosmos sack. The burning of 100% immortal power. As expected. Under the crazy burning of the 100% celestial force, the Chinquan bag also started to loosen. However, this loosening, it was extremely light. Half an hour passed. The light emitted by the 3 high-rank immortal emperors started to weaken and their faces started to turn pale. It was obvious that exerting their full strength had caused them to feel a little exhausted. That's right, 100% of my immortal force was released and it lasted for more than an hour. There were indeed some losses. Finally, the 3 high-level immortal emperors returned to the glimmering light immortal. Then they exchanged glances and looked at each other. There was silence for a long time. After an unknown period of time, we've gathered all our strength to refine this universe bag. Indeed, our immortal energy is nibbling away at the restrictions of this universe bag inch by inch. But, it's too slow, really too slow. Indeed. If we continue to refine it like this, it'll take at least half a year to completely destroy the cosmos sack. Let's not talk about how long it'll take. The main problem is that our immortal energy will be greatly depleted. This is half a year's worth of consumption. Although we won't run out of energy, we will need a long time to recover after half a year. During this recovery period, our strength will even drop to the level of a middle-stage immortal emperor. If the monster race invades during this period of time, I'm afraid we won't be able to defend against them. Thus, spending half a year to refine this cosmos sack with all our strength doesn't seem to be worth it. Thinking of this, the 3 high-level celestial emperors fell into deep thought. After the time it took for an incense stick to burn, one of the high-level celestial emperors finally spoke. In my opinion, why don't we put this cosmos sack in an area with extremely violent energy and use the energy to wear away the restrictions on the cosmos sack? Then, when the cosmos sack is about to be destroyed, we can take it back and refine it instantly. That's true. The other 2 high-level celestial emperors nodded in agreement. However, where should we put this cosmos sack? Let's think about where the energy in the immortal realm is the most violent. Heavenly Dragon Mountain, Ghastly Wind Canyon, Clear River Ridge, Perilous Volcano. The 3 celestial emperors all named a few places with extremely violent energy flows in the immortal realm. However, after naming dozens of places, they all shook their heads in the end. No, although these places are the places with the most violent energy in the immortal realm, it's not enough to wear away the restrictions on the cosmos sack. The scene fell silent again. Soon, Demon God River. The 3 high-level celestial emperors named a place at the same time. Demon God River. Demon God River is in the demon realm. Legend has it that the ancient demon gods were born from this demon river. Of course, this is only a legend. However, the chaotic energy flows in the demon god river are extremely terrifying. Even high-level celestial emperors would find it hard to resist if they fell into the demon god river, and would slowly die. On one hand, the entire demon race views the demon god river as a forbidden area, and doesn't dare to enter its perimeter. On the other hand, even the demon race can't control the violent energy flows in the demon god river. Once, a few celestial emperors with terrifying bodies tried to enter the demon god river to absorb the energy, but ended up dying. Right? With our strength, we can throw the cosmos sack into the demon god river without anyone noticing. Then we can monitor the cosmos sack with our divine will. Once the restrictions on the surface of the cosmos sack are worn away, we can retrieve the cosmos sack without anyone noticing. Good. Let's first name it Demon God River. Let's think about the key points carefully. We can't let anything go wrong. The 3 high-level celestial emperors racked their brains. Finally, they came to a decision. This plan is feasible. Firstly, after the demon god perished, the entire demon realm became dispirited and listless, and the internal strife became extremely serious. With our abilities, it would be extremely easy for us to silently throw the cosmos sack into the demon god river. Secondly, as long as we attach a strand of divine sense to the cosmos sack, even if it's thousands of miles away, every movement of the cosmos sack will be under our perfect control. In the current demon realm, there isn't a single great demon that can refine the aura of our consciousness that we have attached to the cosmos sack. Third, the demon race's origin energy in the demon god river will definitely be able to refine the restrictions on the cosmos sack. And it won't take too long. Fourth, the energy of the demon god river. When we refine the Chinquan bag, there will be some wear and tear. If we finish refining the Chinquan bag, the violent energy of the demon god river will also be exhausted. This is killing two birds with one stone for us. Alright. The three of us will join forces and use our spiritual wills. Wrap the Qingquan bag and throw it directly into the demon god river. After coming to a decision without further ado, the three high-rank immortal emperors attached a strand of divine sense to the cosmos sac. Then, go, fall into the demon realm, demon god river. The three high-rank immortal emperors not only attached their divine sense to the cosmos sac, but they also used some immortal arts. Instantly the cosmos sac became almost transparent. There was no trace of it. Whoosh! The cosmos sac turned into a gust of wind and flew far away. From now on, carefully sense the cosmos sac. Carrying the cosmos sac, the gust of wind flew out of the immortal world's region at a speed faster than light, entering the demon realm. The demon realm. It exuded an evil, bloodthirsty, cold, and cruel aura. It was unknown how many times more evil and terrifying the demonic aura was compared to the demonic aura in the mortal world. If a mortal hero came to the demon realm, he wouldn't need to do anything. His mind would go crazy and he would be possessed by the devil, the demon Tao. The entire demon realm presented an extremely beautiful luster. This beautiful luster signified danger. In the demon realm, cities were built one after another. Within them, countless demon clan members were howling, wailing, and hysterical. Occasionally, there would be a violent and powerful demonic aura soaring into the sky, shocking the surroundings. It was obvious that this was the aura of an extremely powerful demon emperor. The demon emperors nurtured in the demon realm were existences on par with the immortal emperors in the immortal realm. They were completely different from the so-called demon emperors in the mortal world. According to legend, in the demon realm, some demon emperors were as huge as mountains, and some were even comparable to planets. However, when the nearly transparent cosmos sac crossed the demon realm, it didn't attract any demon clan's attention. Several hours later, the Qingquan bag flew toward a forbidden land. In this forbidden area, there were no cities, no demon clan, and not even a single demon plant. It was dead silent. In the center of the forbidden area there was a river. A red river. Like fresh blood. No, it was demon blood. In this river, countless vengeful spirits were steaming, twisting into all sorts of strange and terrifying faces and diagrams. Moreover, the river contained energy that could destroy everything. This energy had the characteristics of the demon clan source energy. Demon God River. Legend had it that all the beasts in the heavens and earth were born from this river. However, in the current beast world, even the beast monarchs did not dare to get close to the beast river, not to mention absorbing the energy from it. Pooh! With a soft sound, the cosmos sac fell directly into the river. Gudong gudong, gudong gudong. After the cosmos sac fell into the demon river, it immediately sank and sank. When the cosmos sac sank to the bottom of the river, a powerful tearing force suddenly emerged from the river, wrapping around the cosmos sac and attacking it. Distort. Devour. Rip. It was as if it wanted to destroy the cosmos sac with brute force. The energy that erupted from the demon god river was many times more violent than the energy of the three high-level celestial emperors. However, this energy was too evil and there was no pattern to it, making it impossible for anyone to guide and use this energy. The restrictions on the surface of the cosmos sac began to loosen, emitting cracking sounds. The three high-level celestial emperors' divine senses were tightly integrated into the cosmos sac. Once the restrictions on the cosmos sac were completely destroyed, the divine senses of the three high-level celestial emperors would vanish into thin air. However, the three high-level celestial emperors would definitely retrieve the cosmos sac before the restrictions on the cosmos sac were destroyed. At the border between the demon realm and the immortal realm, the cosmic origin energy flowed. The three high-level celestial emperors finally let out a sigh of relief. Good. It's the same as what we thought. The three high-level celestial emperors had different looks in their eyes. If we're not wrong, the restrictions on the surface of the cosmos sac will be completely destroyed in a few hours. Ah. Yes, we only need to wait for a few hours to retrieve the cosmos sac. Then we can open it and capture Xiaohan alive. Ha ha ha. That insignificant mortal Xiaohan thinks he can get away with just a celestial artifact? When we break the cosmos sac, we'll definitely torture that little bastard to death. To be continued. Chapter 740. The cosmos sac was immersed in the demon god's river. The violent and irregular demon race origin energy was devouring the powerful restrictions on the surface of the cosmos sac. YBDU was killing it bit by bit. Even though the Qinghuan pouch was the #1 treasure in the celestial world, and its restrictions couldn't be destroyed even by the combined efforts of 3 high-tier celestial emperors, the restrictions of the Qinghuan pouch kept cracking in the demon god river. In just a few hours, the restrictions on the surface of the Qinghuan bag would be completely destroyed. Inside the cosmos sac. At this moment, even though the outside world was changing rapidly, and the 3 high-level immortal emperors were plotting against Xiao Han endlessly, the inside of the cosmos sac was still calm and peaceful. There was no danger at all. In the center of the boundless universe inside the cosmos sac, there was a floating pagoda. The tower was 4 stories high. Its entire body was as clear as glass. There was not a single trace of impurities. It was dazzling. It was as if it was carved from the world's most sparkling and translucent gemstone. However, the most miraculous thing was that the pagoda was emitting an extremely mysterious energy fluctuation. This energy fluctuation could distort time. Law of time. A time-type immortal artifact. At this moment, both Bai Shi and Wu who were cultivating in the Linglong Pagoda, the 4th floor of the Linglong Tower. One must be a level 9 true immortal in order to enter the 4th floor of the Linglong Pagoda to cultivate. In the 4th floor of the Linglong Pagoda, the ratio of time inside was 10,000 days and outside was 1 day. In other words, 30 years in the 4th level was equivalent to a day in the outside world. The layout of the 4th floor was made up of secret cultivation rooms. Xiao Han occupied a room by himself. As for level 7 alternate dimensional beings like Bai Shi, instead they occupied a few separate secret cultivation rooms. As for Wu Yu and the others, he was only a level 2 true immortal. Therefore they stayed on the 1st floor of the Linglong Tower. There were also a large number of low-level extra-dimensional life forms on this floor. The time difference in the first layer wasn't that crazy. It was just that 10 days in the inner layer was 1 day outside. In the secret room where Xiao Han was, Xiao Han sat cross-legged. He lowered his head and a devilish expression appeared on his face. Right now, he was speeding up his cultivation. Cultivating day and night. Xiao Han knew that even though he could obtain peace and quiet for now, he would not be able to do so. After all, the cosmos sac was definitely in the hands of the 3 high-rank immortal emperors. They would definitely think of a way to break the cosmos sac. Therefore, Xiao Han knew very well that this secluded cultivation was related to the life and death of all living beings in this plane in the future. This was not a joke. Xiao Han put away his restlessness and worries, and focused on cultivating wholeheartedly. At the moment, Xiao Han was currently absorbing and refining the immortal corpse. The densely packed fragments of the immortal corpses were like stars in the sky. It flowed into the palm of the demonic god left arm. Xiao Han's left arm was like a giant black hole and whirlpool, devouring the immortal corpses in a frenzy. When the fragments of the immortal's corpse entered the left arm of the demon monarch, they were refined as if they had entered a furnace. They were secreted into strands of pure demonic energy that nourished the left arm of the demon monarch, causing demonic dragons to awaken in the left arm of the demon monarch. At this moment, Xiao Han's left arm was emitting an ancient, wild, and boundless power. Xiao Han's left arm was roaring, as if thousands of demons were roaring and struggling. The inside of Xiao Han's left arm had completely turned into a demonic realm. Evil dragons that represented supreme demonic energy were being born. Before entering cultivation, Xiao Han had also devoured some immortal corpses, so the pure demonic energy in the left arm of the demon monarch had reached 400 demonic dragons. However, at this moment, there seemed to be an endless number of immortal corpses floating in the secret cultivation room. Among them were the corpses of all the low-level immortal emperors of the Chinese society, as well as the corpses of a group of middle-level immortal emperors, such as Patriarch Tianyi. As for the corpses of perfected immortals, there were countless of them. It could be said that the immortal corpses controlled by Xiao Han could not be mentioned in the same breath as before. Especially the corpses of immortal emperors, the energy contained in them was too abundant. It was like a sea and the quality was too high. When the left arm of the demon monarch devoured them, it was a great tonic. As Xiao Han devoured the corpses of immortal emperors, not only did the number of demonic dragons increase by dozens, but even the various demon emperor crystals embedded in the palm of the demon monarch and the various demonic secret arts were also evolving. The originally extremely ordinary demonic arts and demonic arts had now evolved to become extremely powerful. The world-destroying demonic saber, the black-yellow demonic pagoda, the demon city. They were all so powerful that they could kill immortals. Back when Xiao Han was in the mortal world, he had collected a large number of demon emperor crystals from fighting various demonic races. He had embedded them in the left arm of the demon monarch and refined them to control them. Of course, Xiao Han could control these countless demonic arts, but it was not enough to rely on the left arm of the demon monarch. The key was that the soul of the demon god had helped Xiao Han fuse the various demonic arts. All in all, Xiao Han's demonic energy had improved by leaps and bounds. However, although his demonic energy had improved greatly, it was still extremely time-consuming to refine such a huge immortal corpse. Especially when refining the corpse of an immortal emperor, it would take half a month or even a month to refine a piece of the corpse. Fortunately, Xiao Han was cultivating in the Linglong Pagoda and did not care about the passage of time. Spring passed, autumn came, summer passed, and winter arrived. In the blink of an eye, Xiao Han had stayed on the 4th floor of the Linglong Pagoda for 10 years. In these 10 years, Xiao Han did not step out of the house. He had been using the left arm of the demon monarch to devour and refine the immortal corpses day and night. Now Xiao Han had refined more than half of the immortal corpses he had stored. He had also refined the pieces of the corpse of intermediate immortal emperors such as progenitor Tianyi. A casual movement of the demon monarch's palm would cause a gust of wind and scudding clouds, and its demonic energy would reach the sky. Xiao Han's demonic energy had reached 4,000 demonic dragons. One should know that Xiao Han's immortal energy was less than 2,000 demonic dragons, but his demonic energy had surpassed his immortal energy. According to the classification of immortal emperors, Xiao Han's current pure demonic energy had surpassed most intermediate immortal emperors. With such an enormous amount of demonic energy, the demonic arts he executed would be invincible and sweep away everything. Of course, with Xiao Han's current immortal emperor physique, he had already reached the realm of Anidia. He did not need to drink or eat at all. He could survive by absorbing the energy of heaven and earth. In these 10 years, the cultivation of Baishur and the other beings in the alternate dimension had improved significantly. Each of them had reached the level of a peak intermediate immortal emperor. Their combat strength was more than twice as strong as before. Wu Yu and the other level, 2 true immortals. However, because the level of the exquisite tower was too low, Xiao Han had stayed on the 4th floor for 10 years, while they had only spent a few days. Therefore their cultivation progress was slow. As for the other mortals in Xiao Han's plane, they could not enter the exquisite tower. Xiao Han had spent 10 years, Wu Yu and the others had spent a few days. Ordinary mortals had only spent a few hours. The rules of time were indeed mysterious. In the outside world, time was longer than normal. The Qingquan pouch soaked in the demon god river was constantly being eroded. The restriction on the surface had already broken half. At the intersection of the immortal realm and the demon realm, the 3 high-grade immortal emperors were excitedly watching the Qingquan pouch in the demon god river. Soon, the demon god river will soon destroy the restriction on the surface of the Qingquan pouch. There's about 4 hours left. Indeed, the Qingquan pouch can't withstand the corrosion of the demon god river. Now let's not relax. When the Qingquan pouch is about to be destroyed, we'll immediately retrieve it. Flawless. Demon god river. Inside the Qingquan pouch. Linglong Pagoda. Xiao Han had spent more than 10 years on the 4th floor of the Linglong Pagoda. However, he had no intention of exiting. Nearly half of the immortal corpses had not been refined. Xiao Han continued to refine them. He could not relax for even a moment. Just like that, time flew by and another 10 years passed. Finally, Xiao Han devoured and refined all the corpses of the true immortals and immortal emperors. 8,000 demonic dragons were born in the left arm of the demon emperor. 8,000 demonic dragons. That was insane. Xiao Han finally heaved a sigh of relief. He stood up and stretched. It's said that the immortal power of an advanced immortal emperor is around 10,000 immortal dragons. Now I have 8,000 demonic dragons. In terms of pure strength, although I'm still weaker than an advanced immortal emperor, I'm not too far behind. Moreover, I've mastered countless demonic techniques, each with its own profundities. I'm afraid that I should be able to contend against those advanced immortal emperors with my demonic power and demonic techniques, right? I won't be crushed to death by them. Ha, although I've cultivated for 20 years, my age hasn't changed at all. That's because it's not even a day in the outside world. I still have to stay in the Linglong Pagoda for more than 10 years. It's only a day in the outside world. Those advanced immortal emperors would never have imagined that I, Xiao Han, could improve my combat strength to this extent in a day. Just as Xiao Han heaved a sigh of relief, suddenly, a thought entered Xiao Han's divine soul. What? The restrictions on my Qingquan bag are being destroyed? Finally, even though he was in the Linglong Pagoda, Xiao Han could sense the current situation of the Qingquan bag. That's right. Those advanced immortal emperors must be using some tricks to destroy the Qingquan bag. Xiao Han didn't dare to be careless. His figure flashed and he exited the Linglong Pagoda. Outside the pagoda, the originally blue sky was now filled with dark clouds. Xiao Han communicated with the Qingquan bag with his divine soul. His expression changed abruptly. What? The restrictions on my Qingquan bag have already been mostly destroyed. I can only hold on for an hour. At this moment, Bai Shi and the others also flew out. Master, the Qingquan bag seems to be under attack. We can all feel that the space inside the Qingquan bag is in an unstable state. The three advanced immortal emperors are about to break the Qingquan bag, Xiao Han nodded thoughtfully. But there's no rush. Let me check carefully first. After saying that, Xiao Han's divine soul became one with the Qingquan bag. After a few breaths, Xiao Han cried out involuntarily. Oh no! We seem to have arrived at the monster realm. There's a huge amount of monster chi and monster power flowing outside the Qingquan bag. This is definitely not the atmosphere of the immortal realm. Moreover, there are 3 immortal emperors' divine souls in the Qingquan bag. To be continued. Chapter 741. The cosmos sac was soaking in the demon god river and was being refined by the endless twisted and chaotic demonic energy. In just an hour, the demon god river would completely destroy the protective restrictions outside the cosmos sac. This also allowed Xiao Han and the others who were in the cosmos sac to discover some clues. At this moment, Xiao Han, Bai Shi, Wu Li, and the others rushed out from the Linglong Pagoda. Master, are you saying that we have arrived at the monster realm? Bai Shi was confused. No. We were clearly suppressed by the 3 high-rank celestial emperors and were forced to hide in the cosmos sac. At this moment, we should be in the hands of the 3 high-rank celestial emperors in the immortal realm. Could it be that the demon realm also made a move and snatched the cosmos sac from the 3 high-rank celestial emperors? Xiao Han said nothing. He sent his spirit out of the cosmos sac and scanned it repeatedly. Gradually, Xiao Han frowned, and a thoughtful expression appeared on his face. After a dozen breaths, Xiao Han exhaled and said slowly, "If I'm not mistaken, it was the 3 high-rank celestial emperors who threw our cosmos bags into the demon realm. Currently, we're in an area filled with chaotic laws of the demon realm and violent demonic energy. The demonic energy in the river clearly has the characteristics of the demon clan's origin source. Feels like the mother river. This river is destroying the restrictions of the cosmos bags without restraint. However, there are 3 high-rank celestial emperors' divine souls monitoring the cosmos bags. If I'm not mistaken, after the 3 celestial emperors took control of the cosmos bags, they found it difficult to refine them. Play a trick or scheme. He threw the Qingquan bag into the demonic river. Using demonic energy to refine the Qingquan bag. When the restrictions on the Qingquan bag are about to be destroyed, the divine senses of the 3 high-rank immortal emperors will definitely take away the Qingquan bag. Truly despicable. Wu Xiaobao couldn't help but curse in a low voice. A dignified high-rank immortal emperor actually disregarded his status and continuously plotted against us. He doesn't have any bearing at all. Furthermore, this cosmos sac, the item that stole the fortune of heaven and earth, was about to be destroyed. What a waste. This is the #1 treasure in the immortal world. How could Xiao Han not know that the Qingquan pouch was in a precarious situation and would soon be damaged? After all, this was the inheritance that immortal Emperor Ju Dao had left for him. On one hand, this heaven and earth pouch was indeed a heaven-defying magic treasure. It was unique in this world, yet it was damaged just like that. There was no way to make up for it. Moreover, in Xiao Han's heart, he had already regarded immortal Emperor Ju Dao as his teacher. Now that his teacher had passed away, the Qingquan bag that he gave to Xiao Han was his most precious relic. Xiao Han could not allow his teacher's relic to be damaged by evil people. The more practical problem was that once this cosmos sac was destroyed, then Xiao Han and all the living beings in this plane would have nowhere to hide. They would be directly exposed to the enemy's eyes. With so many mortals, it was impossible for them to withstand a single thought from the 3 high-grade immortal emperors. Even an immortal like Wu Li would definitely be smashed into smithereens and turned into ashes if he were to face the attacks of the 3 high-level cultivators, even if it was just the aftermath of the attacks. Therefore, he had to protect the cosmos sac. In less than an hour, our cosmos sac will become a piece of trash. Xiao Han said fiercely. That's absolutely not allowed. Yes, Master, the Cosmos Sack is the hiding place of trillions of mortals in this plane. It cannot be destroyed. Baishur and the others also shouted sternly. After a pause, Baishur bared his teeth and said, Master, let's kill our way out before the Cosmos Sack is destroyed. Master, please lead us out and put away the Cosmos Sack. Although more than half of the Cosmos Sack's restrictions have been destroyed, as long as we fight our way out, the Cosmos Sack will still be under your control and can still be used. Baishur roared. Xiao Han nodded in agreement. We do have to kill our way out. However, we can't be reckless. After saying that, Xiao Han's divine soul shot out again and repeatedly swept through the demon god river that the Cosmos Sack was immersed in. Kill our way out. Xiao Han pondered. The evil demon river outside contains destructive energy. It's definitely energy that even a high-grade celestial emperor can't control. If we charge out like this, we'll definitely fall into the energy of the river. At that time, Baishur and the others will be trapped and unable to escape. Then they'll be slowly eroded by the energy until nothing remains of them. But, what if I charge out? Suddenly Xiao Han was struck by an inspiration. The demonic energy in my body has already reached 8,000 demonic dragons. Although I'm a low-grade celestial emperor now, in terms of strength, my celestial force is far less than 2,000 dragons. Compared to my demonic energy, the difference is huge. Can I summon my demonic energy to protect my body and charge out? The idea made Xiao Han's heart palpitate. Right at that moment, Hong, 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 in Xiao Han's heart, the demon god's soul erupted with a surge of will that he had never felt before. This thought fluctuation was excitement, berserk, longing. It felt like a dragon returning to the sea. As a result, Xiao Han's heart began to thump violently. It was as if there was a toad hiding under the skin of Xiao Han's chest, and it was currently throbbing as if it wanted to jump out of Xiao Han's body. Xiao Han's mind went blank. The spirit of the demon god seems to have sensed the aura of the demonic river outside. At this moment, the spirit of the demon god seems to be very excited. Somehow, the demon god seems to be sending some thoughts to enter the river. This demon god must have a deep connection with the demonic river outside. Master, what are you doing? Baishur glanced at Xiao Han and asked anxiously. Master, hurry up and give the order. The Cosmos Pouch will be destroyed in a short while. Master, give the order. Once the Cosmos Pouch is destroyed, the consequences will be unimaginable. Baishur roared again. Xiao Han understood that the situation had reached a critical juncture. He looked up at the gray sky. He said through gritted teeth. We have at most the time it takes for an incense stick to burn. The Cosmos Pouch is about to explode. At the border between the demon realm and the immortal realm, the cosmic origin energy floated in the air like ambergris. 3 high-level celestial emperors were soaking in it. At this moment, the 3 high-tier immortal emperors were breathing heavily. Their divine souls were paying close attention to the Cosmos Pouch. It's about time. The violent energy of the demon god river distorts time and space and corrodes everything. Even high-level celestial emperors are unable to control this energy. No. The demon god river is going to destroy the Cosmos Pouch. Let's do it. Activate the energy we've imbued into the Cosmos Pouch and retrieve it. Let's do it. Let's take advantage of this moment. The demon realm. In a demon city not far away from the demon god river. The territory of this demon city was extremely huge. Wisps of demonic aura rose into the sky from the city like a beacon. In this demon city, there were densely packed demon tribes living and many buildings had been built. Moreover, the bloodthirsty roars of savage beasts could be heard. In the largest mansion in the city, a young man in purple robes sat on a throne. This young man had extremely handsome features and a well-proportioned figure. He had a dignified and elegant scholarly aura. If it wasn't for his appearance in the demon city, then people would definitely mistake him for a young master from a scholarly family of the human race. However, his eyes occasionally emitted the aura of a blood moon. His right hand in particular was surging with a dreamy demonic power. It was as if there were billions of demonic creatures roaring in his right hand. It was as if there were many terrifying demonic creatures in his right hand that were ready to pounce out and devour people at any moment. This young man had the temperament of a leader. He had the demeanor of someone who controlled the overall situation. Below the throne, on the left and right sides, there were some terrifying demonic aura that could tear everything apart. Like a human but not a human, like a demon but not a demon. Oh, there seems to be some strange fluctuations coming from the demon god river. The purple-robed young man frowned slightly. Suddenly, he looked at the demon god river from afar. Boom. His eyes were like blood moons. Like hell. Like a black hole. Like a whirlpool. This pair of eyes was evil to the extreme. It was demonic to the extreme. It was as if one look at someone would cause them to fall into a bottomless abyss. The malevolent beings below trembled at the sight of this pair of eyes. Demon Crown Prince, the demon god river has always been a forbidden ground for us demons. Ever since Lord Demon God was framed by those immortals, we demons have been unable to control the power of the demon god river. A burly man with a golden crown on his head said carefully. After a pause, he smiled obsequiously. Crown Prince, now that you have risen, you will surely lead us demons to slaughter the immortal world and devour those immortals. The demon tribe will regain its glory under your leadership. Humph. The purple-robed young man didn't respond, but stared at the demon god river. Inside the demon god river. Right now, Xiaohan had nowhere to retreat to. Although the demon god's soul in his heart was emitting strange fluctuations, Xiaohan couldn't delay any longer. If he delayed any longer, the Cosmos Sack would be destroyed. Moreover, Xiaohan vaguely sensed that the three immortal Emperor Divine Souls attached to the Cosmos Sack were also itching to make a move. It seems that the three high-rank immortal Emperors are also preparing to make a move on the Cosmos Sack. All of a sudden, Xiaohan's divine will swept the area and saw countless mortals in his plane. Their eyes were filled with innocent expressions of prayer. Forget it. Don't worry about anything. I can't let these innocent mortals fall into the hands of those despicable immortals. Charge out. Don't care about the price, charge out. Xiaohan made up his mind and instructed Baisher and the others. You don't need to do anything for now. I'll rush out now. The moment I do, I'll put away the Cosmos Sack. I won't let the Cosmos Sack continue soaking in the demon immortal river. Master. Baisher and the others cried out worriedly. Forget it, don't say anything else. My demonic energy is at its peak. There won't be any accidents. Xiaohan waved his hand. The next moment, Xiaohan turned into a beam of demonic light. 8,000 demonic dragons coiled around his body and roared as he charged out. At the same time, the three high-rank immortal emperors withdrew their divine senses. Cosmos Sack, come back, retrieve. To be continued. Chapter 742. Boom, Xiaohan soared into the sky. His entire body was surrounded by boundless demonic energy as he dashed out of the Chenkuan pouch. At this moment, no less than 8,000 demonic dragons were roaring in the sky. Xiaohan's aura suddenly became like a great demonic beast of the demonic realm. Xiaohan's charge was extremely bold, as if he was the only one who could do it. In his heart, he thought that the Chenkuan pouch must not be damaged, and it must not fall into the hands of the three high-level celestial emperors. Even if he had to sacrifice his own life, he must not let anything happen to the people hiding in the Chenkuan pouch. PFFF. In an instant, Xiaohan had already dashed out of the Chenkuan pouch. Moreover, Xiaohan's thoughts were moving very fast. When he dashed out of the Chenkuan pouch and scanned it with his divine soul, he discovered that the surface of the Chenkuan pouch was already full of holes. The restrictions were almost destroyed as well. It was indeed about to be completely destroyed. Xiaohan secretly thought that he was lucky and quickly put the Chenkuan pouch into his storage ring. In this way, the Chenkuan pouch was saved from being soaked in the demonic river again. It was saved from being destroyed. Although more than half of the restrictions on the surface of the Chenkuan pouch had been destroyed, it was not completely destroyed. Therefore, after Xiaohan left the demonic river, he could still use the Chenkuan pouch. Moreover, the people hiding in the Chenkuan pouch would not be harmed at all. Xiaohan let out a long sigh of relief. And at this moment, PFFF, 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 the majestic demonic river instantly pressed toward Xiaohan from all directions. Inside the demonic river, it contained violent and lawless demonic energy. Demonic energy that was close to the origin. It turned into rays of demonic light that wrapped around Xiaohan, slicing, twisting, and attacking. The terrifying explosive force slowly seeped into the demonic energy lingering on the surface of Xiaohan's body. In just an instant, Gugu, Gugugu, Gugugu, the demonic energy on the surface of Xiaohan's body began to expand. Oh no! The energy of the demonic river has trapped me. At this moment, Xiaohan also realized that something was wrong. The 8,000 demonic dragons coiling around Xiaohan were expanded. Each and every one of them had become extremely thick and plump. This didn't mean that Xiaohan's demonic power had increased, but There was a terrifying sign that it was about to explode. Puchi, 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 the demonic aura on the surface of Xiaohan's body was like a huge heart that was beating. A deep evil and destructive power emanated from it. This is bad. It's going to explode. Xiaohan roared in shock. I must leave this place immediately. Otherwise, the endless influx of the demon race's origin law energy would cause my demon aura to explode. As for my body, it will also be destroyed. Explode into dust. Xiaohan's heart was pounding. Originally, the demonic river contained the origin energy of the demonic race. Xiaohan could already tell that it was definitely a source of nourishing and strengthening demonic power. It could be said that the energy in the demonic river, absorbing the arch left arm palm, was definitely more beneficial than absorbing and refining the immortal corpse. But this energy was too chaotic, too violent. It couldn't be absorbed and refined at all. Moreover, it surged over endlessly like waves. Before Xiaohan could react, Xiaohan's demonic aura was blown up like a balloon. Crack, crack, crack. The demonic aura on Xiaohan's body suddenly emitted a dense and crisp cracking sound. It was like a crystal clear glass that was about to shatter. If I don't fly out, I'm afraid I'll be blown to death. Xiaohan was burning with anxiety. He activated the demonic power in his body and activated a demonic emperor crystal embedded in the arch left arm palm. In an instant he was about to cast a demonic technique to escape. Moving like an illusion. Xiaohan prepared for a while and activated all the demonic power in his body. Moving like an illusion, it immediately strengthened Xiaohan's body. Although this demonic technique was learned and mastered by Xiaohan from a demonic emperor crystal in the mortal world, with Xiaohan's current demonic power, this demonic technique was reborn. Once it was activated, he could teleport a great distance with just a thought. It was simply a heaven-defying demonic technique for escaping. However, Xiaohan's body only trembled slightly. He didn't teleport at all. Suddenly he was imprisoned by the demonic river. It's over. The energy in the demonic river is too chaotic. Even the rules are distorted, causing time and space to stagnate. No matter what tricks I use, I can't escape. Now I'm like an insect frozen in amber. There's no way to escape. Xiaohan finally panicked. Boom, boom, boom. The demonic aura on his body grew larger and larger. Even Xiaohan's skin began to swell up. This swell caused fine cracks on Xiaohan's skin. If not for the fact that Xiaohan's immortal body was condensed and sturdy, his body would probably have exploded. At the same time, at the intersection of the immortal realm and the demonic realm, the origin energy of the universe flowed slowly. The three high-rank immortal emperors activated their divine senses at the same time. They called out, "Retract the divine senses. Retrieve the Qingquan pouch." At this moment, the three high-rank immortal emperors' faces were filled with unconcealable smiles. Full of ambition. Full of spirit. Their plan had finally succeeded. The heaven and earth bag that had been like a hot potato that they couldn't refine quickly had finally been worn down by the demon god river. Now they could take it back and refine it a bit. Then they could break the heaven and earth bag and drag Xiaohan out. Then they could slowly torture him until they got everything they wanted. However, at this moment, what? The expressions of the three high-level celestial emperors stiffened. Their smiles died in their throats. After a few breaths, they all screamed out in unison, "What's going on?" Our divine wills suddenly lost contact. It seemed to be blocked by a unique space. We've lost contact with them. What's going on? Three high-grade immortal emperors. He was completely at a loss. Xiaohan tossed the universe bag into his storage ring. Naturally, the divine sense that the three high-rank celestial emperors had attached to the cosmos sac was sealed, causing the three high-rank celestial emperors to lose their sense of the cosmos sac. Unless Xiaohan took out his cosmos sac again, even if the three high-tier immortal emperors were extremely powerful, they wouldn't be able to do anything to him. They wouldn't be able to find any clues about the cosmos sac. Xiaohan. We've been guarding the cosmos sac for so long and tried everything we could to refine it. In the end, Xiaohan. You're making fun of us. The three high-grade celestial emperors let out heart-wrenching howls. In the demon realm. In a city. The purple-clad young man, the demon crown prince, who was sitting high up in the mansion, let out a violent howl. As expected, there's a subtle fluctuation in the demon god river. It seems like something has broken into the forbidden area of the demon realm. As soon as he finished speaking, swoosh, the demon crown prince flicked his right index finger. A strange demon rune that emitted a monstrous evil aura flashed toward the demon god river. in the Demon God River. Xiao Han was at his wits' end now. Moreover, his life was hanging by a thread. The demon aura was about to explode like a balloon. Moreover, his skin was about to burst and his internal organs and blood vessels were even affected. Am I, Xiao Han, going to die here? Thought Xiao Han. Xiao Han let out a roar of unwillingness and anger. However, he knew that his power was too insignificant compared to the power contained in the demon river. However, at this critical moment, Jia, the demon god's soul in Xiao Han's heart suddenly let out a sinister laugh. Then something strange happened. Who? The demon god's soul in his heart let out a suction force like a whale swallowing seawater. In an instant, the entire demon river and all the source energy of the demon race were sucked dry. At this moment, the huge demonic river had become a dried-up crater. The boundless demon river that was like a raging river had been squeezed dry until not a single drop was left. Then everything returned to silence. Pooh! At this moment, Xiao Han's boiling demonic aura suddenly shrunk. Xiao Han's body also deflated and returned to normal. The cracks on the surface of his body were constantly mending. Xiao Han felt like he had just survived a disaster. The demon river was sucked dry by the demon god's soul in his heart? If they swallowed the entire demon river in an instant, Xiao Han looked left and right. In the depths of the crater, there was not a single drop of water left. Xiao Han immediately looked inside himself. His divine soul and mental strength went straight to his heart. However, at this moment, his heart was shielded by a blurry demonic aura. This caused Xiao Han to feel a trace of joy from the demon god's soul, but he could not see where the demon god river went. For a moment, Xiao Han did not know whether to be happy or sad. Without a doubt, the demon god had a deep connection with the demon river. Now that the demon god had sucked dry the demon river of its own accord, Xiao Han found it hard to understand. Just as Xiao Han was deep in thought, a sudden sense of danger gripped Xiao Han. In the next instant, pooh! A demon talisman broke through the air. This demon talisman emitted a monstrous demonic aura that enveloped Xiao Han. Then, this demon talisman transformed into a blood saber that slashed towards Xiao Han's head. Heck, whatever, the demon god is not under my control. I'll put this matter aside for now. Xiao Han quickly gathered his thoughts and channeled all the demonic power in his body. Instantly, he transformed into a ray of light. Shio. This ray of light seemed to teleport, dodging the blood-red demonic saber and going far away. His movements were illusory. Without the restriction of the demon river, he could move freely. Peng! The blood-red demon saber light directly exploded at the spot where Xiao Han was originally standing, smashing the ground into smithereens. To be continued, you. Chapter 743. Xiao Han transformed into a fleeting beam of demonic light, and started to display his demonic technique. He instantly teleported to an unknown distance, and dodged the attack of the demonic blood moon saber light that had suddenly descended. The direction of Xiao Han's teleportation was not the immortal realm, but the depths of the demon realm. One should know that if he returned to the immortal world now, he might even be attacked by the 3 high-rank immortal emperors. It was better to take a risk and enter the demon world first. In reality, Xiao Han's entry into the demon world was completely understandable. His demon chi pulsed violently. 8,000 demon dragons resided within him. He possessed various secret techniques and skills of the demons, and he used the spirit turtle's immortal chi to conceal his presence. He purposefully gave off the pulses of demon chi. This was basically the perfect disguise. Even the strongest great demon of the demon clan would not be able to identify Xiao Han. Humph! The sudden attack just now was my first time here. I didn't want to cause any problems, so I didn't pursue the matter. However, I won't be a gentleman if I don't take revenge for this. I've already faintly captured the soul ripple of the person who ambushed me. Like an illusion, Xiao Han was teleported to a barren, crimson demon mountain. Xiao Han finally stabilized his body and sat down cross-legged to recover from the injuries he had suffered in the demonic river. At the same time, Xiao Han could not help but look into his heart with his spirit. Strangely enough, after the demonic river was sucked dry, the demonic god soul in Xiao Han's heart formed a shielding force, preventing Xiao Han's divine soul from sensing anything out of the ordinary. But Xiao Han believed. At this moment, the demon god. There must be something big going on. Although I escaped with my life. However, there was also a huge hidden danger at the moment. The energy contained within the demonic river was too terrifying. Not even an immortal emperor could subdue it. That was the energy of a pure demon. I can also sense that the energy is extremely compatible with the aura of the demonic god. And now the demonic god has sucked the entire demonic river dry. He will definitely use this demonic river to grow. The more Xiao Han thought about it, the more terrified he became. One had to know that in Xiao Han's heart, besides the demon god's soul, there was also an egg of a cosmic giant beast. Back then, the demon god's plan was to place his divine soul in the egg of the cosmic behemoth and hatch it. It was the amalgamation of the demon god and the astral beast of the universe. It would become the one that could sweep through the great thousand worlds. Eternally immortal, eternally invincible, terrifying existence. Back then, countless immortals had joined forces and paid a huge price to seal the egg and prevent it from hatching. But now, the soul of the demon god had absorbed the power of the entire demon river. Perhaps, it would accelerate the hatching of the egg of the cosmic starry sky behemoth. Damn it, maybe the demon god will hatch that terrifying egg in my heart. Cold sweat broke out on Xiao Han's back. However, the development of the situation was already beyond Xiao Han's control. Forget it. What I need to do now is to improve my strength. Only then will I have the ability to protect myself. Xiao Han activated his saber will and killed the great fear in his heart. Then he used a small demonic art to turn his soul into a demonic sense. With his body as the center, he radiated it in all directions. Probe. Under the probing of Xiao Han's demonic sense, he found that there was a demon city not far to the east. In this demon city, a large number of demons lived, and among them were the auras of some big demons. However, the auras of these big demons trembled under the sweep of Xiao Han's demonic sense. That's right. Xiao Han had the demonic power of 8,000 demon dragons. In the entire demon world, he was ranked at the top of the pyramid of demons. Moreover, most of Xiao Han's demonic power came from devouring and refining the corpses of immortals. This was because in Xiao Han's demonic sense, the murderous aura was very strong, and it contained an aura of killing immortals. It had the feeling that killing immortals was like slaughtering pigs and dogs. Evil, cold, and violent, it dominated the world, crushed everything, and destroyed the immortal Tao. Xiao Han's demonic sense swept around unscrupulously. After coming to the demon world, Xiao Han vaguely knew that the behavior of the demon race was very different from that of the human race. In the demon world, the law was almost a joke. The law of the jungle was vividly reflected. Therefore, since Xiao Han had disguised himself as a demon, he should be unscrupulous in the demon world. He should act like a tyrant. Xiao Han understood that the stronger he was, the safer he would be in the demon world. No one would doubt his identity. When I was in the mortal world, I once snuck into the demon capital alone and narrowly escaped death. Now, in the immortal world, I've entered the demon world again as a low-level immortal emperor. What a coincidence. Xiao Han smiled faintly. Then he sent his divine soul into the cosmos sack. At this moment, Xiao Han's cosmos sack was placed in his storage ring, isolated from the outside world. Inside the cosmos sack, Bai Shi, Wu Hu, Xiao Han's wife and children as well as countless mortals, were all extremely anxious and terrified. They all knew that they were in a bad situation. They were trapped in a demon river, and their cosmos sacks were about to be destroyed. Disaster was imminent. Xiao Han, on the other hand, rushed out without a care for his own safety. Now everyone was worried about Xiao Han. I hope that Master can come out of this calamity. Bai Shi and the other powerful existences were all frowning. Just then, whoosh, all of a sudden, a faint shadow descended into the Qingquan bag. It was formed by Xiao Han's divine will. Master. Xiao Han. Junior brother Xiao Han. In an instant, Bai Shi, Wu Yu, Xiao Mingqiu, Mo Qingtong, Xiaoan, and the others all rushed toward Xiao Han. They surrounded Xiao Han like stars surrounding the moon. It's all right, Xiao Han said hurriedly. Don't worry everyone. I've successfully brought the cosmos sack to a safe place. The cosmos sack is damaged but it's not completely destroyed. It can still be used. It's very safe for you to hide in the cosmos sack. Hearing this, the hearts of the crowd that were hanging in suspense finally calmed down. Xiao Han's wife and children. They hurriedly asked if Xiao Han was injured. After learning that Xiao Han was fine, they heaved a sigh of relief. Bai Shi, the cosmos sack still has the 3 high-tier immortal emperor's godly spirits. Use the 100 lives blade Dao to destroy those 3 godly spirits, Xiao Han instructed. Now that the cosmos sack is in the storage ring, it's equivalent to putting it in a place of its own. No matter how remarkable the 3 high-tier immortal emperors are, they can no longer track the cosmos sack. Yes, Master. After making the necessary arrangements, Xiao Han wanted to quickly refine the Monarch Decapitator, the Sky Demon clone, and the essence of the 100 Lives Blade Dao. Moreover, he wanted to open the secret letter and read it. However, now that Xiao Han was in the demon realm and disguised as a demon, if he rashly tried to refine the immortal artifact, he would definitely die. If he were to rashly refine the immortal weapon, he would probably attract some trouble. And yet, at that very moment, many demons have appeared near my physical body. Xiao Han's godly spirit abruptly spoke. Forget it. All of you settle down and cultivate to your heart's content in your free time to strengthen your strength. I'll go out first. Whoosh, with a flash of divine thought, Xiao Han's godly spirit returned to its original position. Opening his eyes, his demonic consciousness swept out. In the void all around him, large numbers of demons had appeared. The demonic chi of these demons was very powerful. Even as they stood casually, sinister vortexes could be heard over their bodies. Some of the demons appeared in human form, while others had bizarre forms such as long wings, bone spikes, wrinkled skin, and bull horns on their foreheads. They were incomparably ferocious. These demons were observing Xiao Han as well. However, each and every one of them shuddered at the sight of Xiao Han's eyes, which were as deep as a sea of blood, and hurriedly averted their gazes in subservience. Xiao Han's temperament was cold and sharp, and his aura of slaughtering immortals as if he was picking up weeds wantonly emanated. It was extremely sinister, as if a demon tiger was lying on its side in the forest, and would leap up to devour humans at the slightest hint of abnormality. Shrouded by Xiao Han's powerful demonic consciousness, the demons around him were all trembling in fear. Among them, a middle-aged man wearing a feather robe with a pale golden edge, who looked like a pedantic mortal, hurriedly stepped forward and slightly bowed to Xiao Han. Your Excellency, please don't be offended. We didn't mean to offend you. Who are you? Xiao Han said arrogantly. I am the master of the demon city ahead, Sky Feather Demon Emperor. I have sensed your Excellency's amazing demonic chi, so I have come to greet you. I hope your Excellency can rest in the demon city ahead. The pedantic Sky Feather Demon Emperor respectfully invited Xiao Han. Xiao Han was stunned. Thoughts flashed through his mind, and then he slightly nodded. That's fine. Then let's go to Immortal Emperor Sky Feather's Demon City. Yes, please. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor was overjoyed. A large group of demons parted to the left and right, opening a path for Xiao Han. Let's sneak into the demon city first and see, Xiao Han said in his heart. Demon God River area. Boom, demonic light exploded. In the next moment, a large group of demons led by the purple-clad youth, the Demon Crown Prince, arrived at the Demon God's River. They were stunned as they looked at the dried-up Demon God's River. The great Demon God's River, the source of our demon clan, actually dried up. Such a strange phenomenon. Could it be that the new generation of Demon God will appear? Said a cow-headed demon clan member who was standing to the right of the demon prince as he cowered in fear. The Demon Crown Prince suddenly looked over, and the void seemed to be ignited. Suddenly, the Minotaur demon's body suddenly burst into flames. No, Crown Prince, don't kill me. A heart-wrenching scream sounded like the roar of purgatory. However, in just a few breaths, the Minotaur demon was burned to ashes. Crown Prince, please calm your anger. Crown Prince, please quell your anger. A large group of demons knelt down. The Demon Crown Prince smiled coldly. The Demon God River has indeed undergone some changes. Just now, a lesser demon dodged my attack and directly fled into hiding. However, this doesn't mean that a new generation of Demon God will be born in the Demon God River. Suddenly, the Demon Crown Prince's eyes burst with the light of a monarch. The new Yao God can only be this Crown Prince. Hundreds of millions of demons will bow down to this Crown Prince. I'll lead the demon race and crush the immortal world. Yes. Crown Prince, you will be the ruler of the demon race. Gather all the demons that had been split up. Gather. Then he declared war on the immortal world. Unify the immortal and demon realms. The Crown Prince is invincible. The Crown Prince rules the world. Look down upon the demon world. Anyone who dares to oppose the Crown Prince will be blasted to smithereens. Ha 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 ha. The Demon Crown Prince threw his head back and laughed maniacally. The phenomenon of the Demon God River and the drying up of the Demon God River can only mean that the old Demon God is completely dead, and a new Demon God is about to be born. It's just breaking the old and building the new. To be continued? Chapter 744. The Demon Crown Prince led many demons to stay in the Demon God River for a while. He released his demon awareness and scanned the surroundings but found nothing. Then the Demon Crown Prince led the demons away. After the Demon Crown Prince left, a large number of demons appeared one after another. They were led by all kinds of demons and arrived at the dried-up Demon God River. In the ancient legends of the demon race, the great demon god was born from the Demon God River. As the origin of the entire demon race, the Demon God River had been worshipped by tens of thousands of demons since ancient times. Apart from the demon god, no other demons could get close to the Demon God River, let alone absorb the pure demon energy to nourish themselves. Therefore the Demon God River was a forbidden place. But now, the Demon God River had dried up. Not a single drop was left. This caused many of the greater demons who had heard the news to react violently. Some cried, some knelt on the ground, some were deep in thought. The culprit of all this, the soul of the demon god, seemed to have disappeared. Xiao Han's divine soul couldn't detect the movement of the soul of the demon god. His heart seemed to be blocked. Xiao Han decided not to bother with this matter anymore. At this moment, the Sky Feather Demon Emperor respectfully brought Xiao Han to the demon city in front of him. They entered the demon city. Xiao Han was quite curious. After all, Xiao Han had never been to the demon realm before. Xiao Han walked on the main road of the city, wantonly releasing his demonic scents, covering the whole city. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor led a large group of demons and followed behind him. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor was being intimidated by Xiao Han's demon awareness. His face was extremely humble, but there was a hint of hesitation on his face. "Hey, this group of demons? They respectfully invited me into this city. I'm afraid they have some ulterior motives." Xiao Han saw everything and a cold smile appeared on his face. His aura became more and more demonic. This caused the Sky Feather Demon Emperor and the other demons to be even more silent. Xiao Han walked around casually. He didn't take the initiative to greet the Sky Feather Demon Emperor. Under Xiao Han's observation, he saw that in this demon city, there were many buildings and demon temples, and there were hundreds of thousands of demons living in them. Xiao Han parted once more. In this demon city, most of the demons' auras were equivalent to level 1 or level 2 true immortals. Only a small portion of the demons in this city could match up to a level 5 true immortal. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign was roughly equivalent to a low-level immortal sovereign in the immortal world. As the ruler of this demon city, the Sky Feather Demon Emperor only had the battle prowess of a low-level immortal emperor. Xiao Han's current strength was 8,000 demonic dragon power. He could crush this Sky Feather Demon Emperor with a single finger. Therefore, in the face of great power to Xiao Han, no matter what the Sky Feather Demon Emperor was plotting, Xiao Han would not take it to heart. After walking around the city, the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign finally brought Xiao Han to the City Lord Mansion. The residence of the demon race's City Lord was similar to the residences of the rich and powerful families in the mortal world. It was extremely luxurious and had a sense of extravagance. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign set up a grand banquet in the mansion to invite Xiao Han. All kinds of exquisite demon food were served up like flowing water. Although it was said that the demon clan loved to devour the brains of humans, the typical delicacies of the demon realm were cooked with various plants and beasts of the demon realm. Xiao Han was invited to the main seat. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign sat on Xiao Han's left, attentively accompanying him. There were more than 30 demons of various sizes attending the banquet, most of whom were equivalent to level 7 and level 8 true immortals. The banquet had just begun. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign smiled at Xiao Han ingratiatingly and clapped his hands. Immediately, a few seductive female demons with heavy makeup brought up a tray. This tray was actually filled with brain matter. The brains of humans. The brains emitted wisps of immortal chi. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign said respectfully to Xiao Han, "Your Excellency, this is the brain of a level 6 true immortal. Please enjoy." Xiao Han was stunned. He did not expect the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign to offer up the brain of a true immortal. A feeling of nausea welled up in his stomach. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign trembled in fear when he saw the change of Xiao Han's expression and the sudden flash of coldness in his eyes. "Your Excellency, this is the only delicacy I can offer. Your Excellency's demon power is boundless, so naturally you don't like the brain of a level 6 true immortal, and you enjoy it very crudely. However, since the disappearance of Lord Demon God, our demon race has been on the decline, and we are at a disadvantage in the battle against the immortal realm. Nowadays, it is very difficult for us to kill immortals and obtain their brains. If I have offended you, please forgive me. Humph. Xiao Han was happy to give up and waved his hand. Take it away, the brain of a level 6 true immortal? Ha ha, what a joke. The brain of an immortal emperor can be tasted, but those below the immortal emperor, take it away. Take it away quickly. Yes, yes, the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign hurriedly ordered the female demons to take the tray away. Then, the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign immediately arranged for some charming female demons to dance and entertain the guests to ease the awkward atmosphere. During the banquet, Xiao Han also tasted some delicacies made from supreme-grade demon beasts. They were delicious and not inferior to the delicacies of the immortal realm. The demon race led by the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign repeatedly toasted Xiao Han and fawned on him. After 3 rounds of wine, the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign finally could not hold it in anymore. He seemed to have gathered his courage and said to Xiao Han, "Your Excellency, oh? Finally, the meat show?" Xiao Han sneered in his heart and then said indifferently, "If you have anything to say, feel free to say it. I like to be frank with people, understand? If there's anything you're hiding, I don't mind destroying this city of yours." "Yes, yes, Your Excellency, this." The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign subconsciously licked his face with his stinky long tongue and washed his face. Then he mustered up his courage and said, "Your Excellency, the situation in the demon realm is very tense now. I believe Your Excellency is well aware of the situation." "The situation in the demon realm?" Xiao Han blurted out. "What situation? I don't know." "Ah." The crowd of demons was shocked. Xiao Han immediately sneered. "I've been in seclusion for countless years. I naturally don't know the current situation in the demon realm." "What? Do you find it strange?" At this point, Xiao Han's entire body was filled with a murderous aura. Even his pupils were burning with demonic flames that could burn immortals and destroy gods. It seemed like he could attack at any time and destroy the world. "Destroy this city." "Calm down. Your Excellency, please calm down." The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign cried in fear. "Tell me the current situation in the demon realm. Don't leave anything out." Xiao Han flicked his fingernails. "Yes, Your Excellency. Our demon realm and the immortal realm have been incompatible since ancient times. Many years ago, the demon god led our demon realm to fight against the immortals of the immortal realm. We didn't lose out at all and even stood on equal footing. Later on, our demon realm's reputation surpassed that of the immortal realm. Lord Demon God was an invincible existence that reigned supreme in the myriad of worlds. He could casually kill immortal emperors with a single move. But later on, Lord Demon God encountered an accident and was surrounded by countless immortal emperors. His whereabouts were still unknown. The disappearance of the demon god gave the immortal realm a chance to rise. In recent years, our demon realm has been unable to wage war against the immortal realm. The demon realm is weak because of the demon god's disappearance. On the other hand, our demon race is suffering from internal strife. Since the disappearance of the demon god, countless greater demons have risen in rebellion to fight for the right to rule the demon realm. The demon clans of the various camps fought and killed each other, causing countless deaths and injuries. And recently, this trend had developed to the most tragic stage. The strongest great demons of the demon realm were about to fight it out, and the winner would obtain the title of the new generation of demon gods. All the demon race in the demon realm must submit. Oh. Xiao Han was slightly puzzled. The battle between the most powerful demons in the demon realm and the fight for the title of demon god doesn't seem to have anything to do with Sky Feather Demon Sovereign, does it? You can't fight for it. Sky Feather Demon Sovereign, why are you currying favor with me like this? Tell me all about it. Xiao Han's demonic gaze seemed to be able to see through the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign's heart, making it impossible for him to hide anything. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign hesitated for a moment, but when he was glared at by Xiao Han, he trembled in fear and spoke the truth. Your Excellency. Your Excellency's demonic strength is like a tsunami breaking through the sky. It's extremely shocking. Even in the entire demon realm, it's enough to rank among the best. We want to beg Your Excellency to protect us, so that we won't be affected by the battle between the greater demons. Oh, so that's how it is. Xiao Han nodded and said with great interest. Sky Feather Demon Sovereign, with your strength, you really can't compete for anything. In other words, as long as you don't get involved in this mess, those greater demons who are qualified to fight for the position of the new demon god won't come to deal with an insignificant fellow like you, right? As long as you know your place and pledge allegiance to the new demon god, you'll naturally be safe. Why would you need protection then? It's like this. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign's forehead was covered in cold sweat, and his eyes flickered with extreme fear. Your Excellency, you've been in seclusion for a long time, so I'm afraid you still don't know that the demon realm is divided into 5 major factions. Each faction is led by 5 greater demons. Heaven Wasteland Emperor, Demonic Sword Emperor, Manshan Emperor, Yenhu Emperor. The 4 great emperors of the demon realm are the most powerful existences in the demon realm. They survived the Great War of the Demon Immortals back then. Their battle strength is equivalent to that of a medium immortal emperor or a high immortal emperor. They can kill a medium immortal emperor, but they can't fight against a high immortal emperor, but they can stay alive. However, a monstrous existence has emerged recently, the Demon Crown Prince. The Demon Crown Prince has risen like a comet, and his limelight has surpassed that of the 4 great emperors. Moreover, the Demon Crown Prince's identity is also very mysterious and extremely cruel, but his battle strength has completely surpassed that of the 4 great emperors. It can be said that the new generation of demon gods is very likely to fall on the Demon Crown Prince. Your Excellency, our faction belongs to the Heaven Wasteland Emperor. A few years ago, the Heaven Wasteland Emperor and the Demon Crown Prince formed an irreconcilable feud. This time, the Demon Crown Prince will definitely take the opportunity to eradicate the Heaven Wasteland Emperor. At that time, with the Demon Crown Prince's cruel nature, he will definitely wipe out all of the demon clan under the jurisdiction of the Heaven Wasteland Emperor. Therefore we need a protector. Your Excellency, your demonic strength is almost on par with the Heaven Wasteland Emperor. I hope that you can help us resist the Demon Crown Prince. Finally, the Sky Feather monstrous Emperor revealed his thoughts. Demon Crown Prince? This guy is the most powerful existence in the competition for the new generation of demon gods? Xiao Han was stunned for a moment, but then he did not know whether to laugh or cry. Demon God? What new generation of demon god? The real demon god is in my heart. Whether it was the Immortals or the demon clan, they all thought that the demon god had fallen, but who would have thought that not only did the demon god not fall, but he was also incubating the egg of the cosmic giant beast. Once the demon god succeeded, then the entire world, the 10,000 worlds, would be trampled under his feet, never to rise again. At this moment, a strong fluctuation was transmitted from Xiao Han's heart. A deep thought was transmitted to Xiao Han. This will was filled with disdain and anger, like a dragon swimming in shallow waters. Moreover, this will accurately told Xiao Han that he should compete for the position of the new generation of Yao gods. Moreover, this thought produced a violent killing intent towards the Demon Crown Prince. Driven by the thought, Xiao Han blurted out, "The Demon Crown Prince is about to die. I will seize the position of the new generation of demon gods." To be continued. Chapter 745. Under the interference of the demon god's powerful will, Xiao Han actually said something that he shouldn't have said. Kill the Demon Crown Prince. Seize the position of the new demon god. Even the ancient demons of the desolate land had arrived. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign and the others were so frightened that their demon consciousness was lost. All of them knelt down at the same time. Their demon bodies trembled as they kowtowed incessantly. Your Excellency. Your Excellency is indeed qualified to compete for the position of the new demon god. Your Excellency, please calm down, calm down. These demons were afraid that Xiao Han was moody and would directly kill them. Damn it. This demon god's resentment is too deep. It seems that the real demon god was enraged after hearing the Demon Crown Prince's arrogance and wanting to seize the title of the new demon god. Xiao Han finally came to his senses. Soon, Xiao Han's chi field dissipated, and the demon god's soul in his heart became still like an ancient well, no longer emitting any chi field. At this moment, Xiao Han suddenly felt that although what he said was due to the demon god's influence, now that he thought about it, it was a matter of course. Xiao Han's original intention was to kill the Demon Crown Prince. A kind of killing intent was born. Forget it, I will participate in the battle for the position of the new demon god. It doesn't matter. I am a human. I will take this opportunity to kill the great demons of the demon realm and cut off the roots of the demon race. Perhaps in the future, the human race will be able to completely destroy the demon race. Xiao Han's mind was racing. Then Xiao Han withdrew his chi field and said indifferently, "When will the battle for the position of the new demon god be held?" The Sky Feather monstrous emperor and the others exchanged terrified glances with each other. Originally, They only wanted to curry favor with Xiao Han and seek his protection when the demon realm was in chaos and the demon crown prince might ascend to the top. But he never expected that. Xiao Han actually coveted the position of the new demon god and even threatened to kill the demon crown prince. This was an unforeseen event. Ha 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 ha. At this moment, Xiao Han started laughing maniacally. Don't worry, as long as I become the new generation's demon god, I definitely won't torture you to death. Do you understand? If that was the case, then the demon crown prince's position would probably be in the demon realm. Stirring up a reign of terror, you little minions. You were instantly crushed to death. I'm sure you all understand this. Otherwise, you wouldn't have tried so hard to curry favor with me and seek protection. Xiao Han spoke frankly with assurance. In the current situation, you can only support me. Do you understand? This. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor's demonic eyes revealed an expression of contemplation before he quickly clenched his teeth. Yes, my lord. I, the Sky Feather Demon Emperor, lead the entire demon race in the city to surrender to you and support you in seizing the position of the new demon god and executing the demon crown prince. Good, very good. Xiao Han smiled and nodded. My lord, the battle for the position of the new generation's demon god will be held on Demon Sealing Mountain in a month's time. The 4 great emperors and the demon crown prince will fight on Demon Sealing Mountain to determine the future lord of the demon realm. Of course, my lord will also participate in the battle. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor hurriedly tried to curry favor with Xiao Han. My lord, you'll definitely be able to suppress the 4 great emperors and the demon crown prince and win. Of course. Xiao Han said matter-of-factly. The 8,000 demonic dragons on his body swam in joy and burst out with an extremely evil demonic voice. There's still a month left. Then, Sky Feather Demon Emperor, lend me the secret room you usually cultivate in. I want to properly comprehend a few demon forbidden techniques. Yes, my lord. In a secret room in the core area of the city governor's mansion in Demon City. This secret room was specially used by the Sky Feather Demon Emperor. Layers of demon formations were set up around the secret room using a large number of demon beast crystal cores. These formations had simple shielding, defense, hallucination, traps, and many other functions. It was also very expensive. It was the most precious treasure of the Sky Feather Demon Emperor. Now, the Sky Feather Demon Emperor had given this secret room to Xiao Han. Xiao Han sat cross-legged in the middle of the secret room. Now that my demonic energy has skyrocketed, the countless Demon Emperor crystals embedded in the left Demon Emperor's palm, as well as the Demon Clan's forbidden techniques and secret techniques, have all evolved. However, I still need some time to simply comprehend these demon techniques and make them more perfect. In a month's time, during the battle for the position of the new generation's demon god, I will definitely take this opportunity to kill the most powerful greater demons in the demon realm and make some contributions to the human clan. In this fierce battle, I can only use demonic energy and demon techniques. I must absolutely not use the 100 Lives Saber Dao. Once my true identity is exposed, I will be hunted by hundreds of millions of demon clan, and the consequences will be unimaginable. Therefore, I will once again comprehend and refine the various demon techniques to make them more complete and flawless. Xiao Han's mind spun. At the same time, the Demon Emperor crystal embedded in the left Demon Emperor's palm emitted a demonic and misty light. Virtual demon characters, and patterns slowly rose and flowed into Xiao Han's mind. In Xiao Han's mind, the secrets of each demon technique and secret technique flowed quickly. Xiao Han relied on his powerful soul power and demonic energy to perfect these demon techniques. Every time a demon technique was perfected, Xiao Han's combat power would be refined and purified a little. At the same time, Xiao Han released a strand of his divine soul into the Qingquan bag in his storage ring. The Qingquan bag. The Linglong Pagoda stood tall. Xiao Han's mortal plane was in the vast Qingquan bag, and all living beings were temporarily at peace. The martial artists in the plane were busy cultivating. In the Demon Hero region, near the Linglong Pagoda, many demon warriors were cultivating. After obtaining Xiao Han's permission, the Dharma treasures and elixirs floating in the Milky Way's chains could be used by any ordinary person in the plane. Therefore, many geniuses with extraordinary true chi cultivation, as well as geniuses with extraordinary talents, or ordinary martial artists. They could choose immortal pills according to their needs to refine their bodies and improve their cultivation. This time, as soon as Xiao Han's divine soul returned to the Qingquan bag, he saw a few top demon warriors in his plane. They had accumulated enough strength to achieve the immortal Tao and advance from immortal to a level 1 true immortal. To this, Xiao Han felt extremely gratified. Xiao Han circled around the demon hero region and learned that his wife and son were cultivating in seclusion, while Wu Hao and Bai Shi were in the Linglong Pagoda. With the help of the Linglong Pagoda's rules of time, Xiao Han did not disturb him when he was cultivating. Xiao Han entered a secret room on the 4th floor of the Linglong Pagoda. He sat down cross-legged. Whoosh, 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 a few beams of golden light floated in front of Xiao Han. Emperor Slayer Saber, Heavenly Demon Clone, the last inheritance of the 100 Lives Blade Dao letter. Now I'm in the demon realm. Although I've perfectly disguised myself with my powerful demon power and the aura of the demon emperor's palm on my left arm, I'm still a human. And I'm already an immortal emperor. That's why I must keep a low profile and be cautious. I can't give myself away. This Emperor Slayer Saber, the Heavenly Demon Clone, and the final legacy of the 100 Lives Blade Dao are all top-notch treasures in the demon realm. I would never dare to refine them in the demon realm. So, my body is learning and perfecting various demon arts while my divine soul can read the letter Master left behind. There's a huge secret in this letter that I don't know yet. With a thought, the letter was opened. Boom! A divine thought was released from the seal on the letter. Xiao Han was very familiar with it. It was Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao's divine thought. A sense of familiarity surged and Xiao Han could not help but blurt out, "Master." However, Xiao Han also realized that the divine thought contained immense rage, unwillingness, murderous intent, violence, and helplessness. The many negative emotions made Xiao Han understand at once that Master Zhu Dao must have been filled with great hatred when he left this divine thought. "Master, if you have any unresolved grudges, I'll bear them all." Xiao Han roared in anger. At that moment, Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao's voice rang in the secret chamber. "Ha, disciple, good, very good. You've opened the letter. Yes, I've fallen long ago. Back then I left many divine thoughts in the treasure trove. As you took the treasure, the divine thoughts dissipated automatically, and this letter contains my last divine thought. This divine thought is about to dissipate too. I, your master, will also completely vanish into thin air. Master." Xiao Han choked up when he heard this. He had received a great favor from Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao. It could be said that Xiao Han's growth to this stage was partly due to the mysterious secret in the heart, and partly due to Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao's appreciation of him. Therefore, even though Xiao Han had never truly met this great Immortal Emperor, he subconsciously and deeply regarded Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao as his true master. "Alright, disciple, don't be shy. Your master, I was also an invincible hero in the past. I was a bold and unrestrained person. You have to be able to let go of things. Now, listen carefully. I'm going to tell you a huge secret. Listen carefully." "Yes, master." Xiao Han calmed himself down and held his breath. This is also a big scandal in the immortal realm. Disciple, when the celestial world was at its peak, there were a large number of high-level celestial emperors. The number of mid-level and low-level celestial emperors was inestimable. Unfortunately, the Fey God was too heaven-defying. During the war between the immortal world and the spirit demon world, the Fey God led an army of spirit demons and fought us bloodthirstily. He could rip high-rank immortal emperors apart with his bare hands, and crush countless true immortals with a single thought. More often than not, we needed several high-rank immortal emperors to hold him back. Then the Fey God fell into a trap of his own making. He tried to attach his soul to the egg of a cosmic behemoth, only to be sealed away by us. In this battle, although the demon god had been sealed, the demon god was still alive. However, the immortal world also suffered heavy losses. This battle is too tragic. In the end, there were only 5 high-rank immortal emperors left. In other words, they were the top 5 immortal emperors in the immortal world. Master is also one of the 5 immortal emperors. However, my ranking is different. I'm at the bottom, 5th place. This is also because I love to collect treasures and I'm not too keen on fighting. Otherwise, my ranking could be squeezed up a bit. First place is the Primordial Chaos Immortal Emperor. His immortal power is enormous. Although he's a bit pedantic, he's very fair in his dealings. I admire him a lot, and he's also the person I admire the most in the immortal world. The Primordial Chaos Immortal Emperor is an expert in divination, and he can predict the past and the future. Second place is the Divine Mountain Immortal Emperor. Third place is the Purple Silk Immortal Emperor. Fourth place is the Lone Flame Immortal Emperor. Fifth place is Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao. Purple Silk, Lone Flame. 3 immortal emperors, although they're high-rank immortal emperors in terms of character, Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao's voice was filled with endless mockery. Xiao Han's heart skipped a beat. Could it be these three high-rank immortal emperors who wanted to destroy the cosmic pouch and capture me? The Divine Mountain Immortal Emperor that Master mentioned? Purple Silk Immortal Emperor? Gu Hoi Immortal Emperor? Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao continued. When the Fey God fell, the immortal world gained the power to completely suppress the spirit demon world. In the war that followed, the spirit demon world lost again and again. Yes, I remember that day. The Divine Mountain, Purple Silk, and Lone Flame invited me to the Fey God Temple to plunder the Fey God's treasures. You should know that although the demon god has fallen after being sealed, there must still be a large number of his treasures left in the Demon God Hall. The treasures of the Fey God are not to be underestimated. I love collecting all kinds of treasures. Therefore, I promised the three immortal emperors that I would join them to plunder the Fey God Temple. As for the first place, the Primordial Chaos Immortal Emperor, he naturally wouldn't go with us. After the Fey God was sealed, the Primordial Chaos Immortal Emperor seemed to have disappeared from the immortal world. That day we went straight into the spirit demon world. No one could stop us, but when we arrived at the Fey God Temple, we were greatly disappointed. The Fey God's life's wealth was gone. The entire Fey God Temple was empty. Just as we were about to return in disappointment, a sudden change occurred. Inside the Fey God Temple, a female demon appeared. That female demon was extremely beautiful, so beautiful that it took one's breath away. She was the Fey God's most beloved concubine. When the female demon appeared, I planned to kill her. However, the Divine Mountain, Purple Silk, and Lone Flame were seduced by her. Because I wanted to kill the female demon with all my might, those three fellows were crazy enough to sneak up on me. On one hand, they didn't want to kill the female demon. On the other hand, they wanted to find an excuse to kill me in the spirit demon world and obtain my treasures. Because my treasures are the best in the spirit demon world. They have been drooling over it for a long time. I was no match for those three fellows when they teamed up. They chased after me, and the female demon took the opportunity to cast a forbidden demonic technique on me. Finally, I lost my life. Although I suppressed my injuries, I didn't have much time left. I tried my best to escape. Moreover, I don't have much influence in the spirit demon world. Those three fellows have a lot of minions in the spirit demon world. The fact that those three fellows lusted after the female demon was no small matter. If I leaked it, firstly, there was no direct evidence, and secondly, it would cause chaos in the spirit demon world. For the sake of the bigger picture, and to avoid their pursuit, I had no choice but to escape to the mortal world. Before I left a trace of divine sense to secretly monitor those three fellows. I discovered that those three fellows actually had an affair with the female demon. How dare! Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao's voice became extremely furious. That female demon is actually pregnant with their flesh and blood. This is a great humiliation. Ah? Hearing this, Xiao Han was so shocked that his mind went blank, and he didn't know what to do. To be continued. Chapter 746. Xiao Han was completely shocked. He had never thought that there was such a shocking secret hidden in the letter. Three high-rank immortal emperors, the most powerful existences in the world of immortals, were actually seduced by a demon god's concubine, a demoness, and had sex with her, and that demoness gave birth to their flesh and blood? Xiao Han was shocked to the point that he was crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. The human race and the demon race had been enemies since ancient times. They could not live under the same sky. The demon race loved to devour the human race's brains. It was their instinct. It could be said that the human race and the demon race could not coexist. The human race martial artists took killing the demon race as their responsibility. Since ancient times, countless demons had sacrificed their lives in the battle against the demon race in the mortal world. In the immortal world, countless immortals had fought against the demon race without hesitation. The three high-level immortal emperors, the most powerful beings in the immortal world, had degenerated themselves to have sex with the demon god's concubine. And their flesh and blood. This was the union of human and demon race. This was a freak. This was a product that should not have come to the world. Moreover, this was a great humiliation. A complete and utter humiliation. Master, this is too absurd. Xiao Han could not help but growl. How can the human race and the immortals be so shameless? That's right. Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao sighed, because this is an absurd matter that cannot be tolerated by the heavens and earth. It's utterly absurd. Once I spread it in the immortal world, the situation that had just stabilized. There would be riots. Our war with the demon race. After countless years, after sacrificing the lives of countless immortals and countless immortal emperors, and paying a terrible price, they finally managed to gain a slight advantage over Yangqi and Yangqi. We sealed the demon god and temporarily suppressed the demon race. I did not want this matter to destroy the situation. Therefore, I did not hesitate to escape to the lower realm and hide the truth. Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao continued. My strand of divine sense, after observing the 3 immortal emperors having sex with that female demon, became extremely weak and was about to dissipate. In the end, my divine will discovered that the demoness has given birth to a baby boy. The baby boy. He had more than half of the bloodline of the demon race, as well as a small portion of the bloodline of the immortal race. After he was born, strange signs descended from the heavens. He looked like a human but not a human, like a demon but not a demon. However, this combination created a consummate genius. This child's future achievements were limitless. Thus, I am very clear that if this child grows up in the future, he might become a new generation of Yao gods. A new Yao god. Xiao Han frowned. Yes, this combination of immortal and demon has never been seen before. The bloodline that was born from absorbing the strengths of the 2 seeds was naturally extraordinary. Back then the demon god wanted to place his divine soul in the egg of the cosmic behemoth. In the end he was ambushed by us and ended in failure. And yet, a monster born from the combination of a demon and an immortal was born. I can imagine that in the future the world of immortals will face another calamity. This is a disaster. Moreover, my divine will also discovered that the demoness seemed to have done something to the 3 celestial emperors. However, my divine will is already very weak, so I can't observe too much. Disciple, listen carefully. Your talent is no longer inferior to that vile spawn. Now that you have inherited my teachings, I want you to do a few things. Master, please speak. Even if I die a horrible death, I will fulfill Master's long-cherished wish. To repay Master's kindness. Xiao Han said excitedly. Disciple, listen carefully. First, if that vile spawn appears in the demon realm or the world of immortals, you must find a way to kill him. It is best to eliminate him while he is still young. This fellow has the temperament of a demon and an immortal. Once he grows up, he will be very terrifying. Second, disciple, if you grow up and have enough strength, then you will avenge Master by killing the 3 celestial emperors and that demoness. However, the 3 celestial emperors are extremely difficult to deal with. Disciple, if you are not strong enough, then look for the Emperor of Grand Mist. The number 1 celestial emperor in the world of immortals. Tell the Emperor of Grand Mist the reason for the matter. Disciple, you have inherited Master's teachings. With Master's character, the Emperor of Grand Mist should believe everything you say. Disciple, do your best to fulfill these 2 tasks. However, if it is difficult, don't force yourself. Self-preservation is the most important thing. After saying that, the divine sense that immortal Emperor Zhu Dao left in the letter became weaker and weaker, as if it was about to dissipate. Kill the flesh and blood of the 3 celestial emperors and that demoness, that peerless vile spawn. Kill the 3 celestial emperors. Kill the demoness. Xiao Han said in a heavy tone, then said sternly. Master, disciple swears that I will fulfill Master's long-cherished wish. Kill all the enemies. Ha ha ha, good disciple. Our relationship as Master and disciple is not in vain. All right, Master will be going. As soon as he finished speaking, the last of immortal Emperor Zhu Dao's divine sense disappeared completely. Master! Xiao Han roared and shouted. However, at this moment, there was not a trace of memory in the entire secret room. Immortal Emperor Zhu Dao had completely fallen in the end. An inexplicable sadness surged in Xiao Han's heart. It made Xiao Han feel a deep pain. It was as if someone close to him had left him. From then on, they were separated by heaven and earth, never to see each other again. After a long time, Xiao Han finally regained his senses. Then it was replaced by rage and uncontrollable killing intent. 3 great celestial emperors. You had an affair with the demoness, and then joined hands to sneak attack and injure my master. I will not rest until one of you is dead. That vile spawn should be in the demon world now. Soon Xiao Han rolled his eyes and pondered. A combination of demon and immortal. Indeed, if we don't get rid of it as soon as possible, it will lead to disaster. Who is this guy? What is his identity now? With this guy's talent, he can't be a nobody in the demon world. Oh right. Demon Crown Prince. Demon Emperor Tianyu once said that the origin of the Demon Crown Prince is extremely mysterious, and he is not a veteran great demon emperor. Could it be that the identity of the Demon Crown Prince? Xiao Han's eyes flickered. Then he gritted his teeth. Forget it. In the battle for the new demon god, that vile spawn will definitely appear. At that time he will give himself away. After that, Xiao Han's divine soul returned to the secret room in the demon city, and he hastened to comprehend and refine various demon techniques and forbidden techniques. Xiao Han was bound to sweep away everything in the battle for the position of the new demon god. In the immortal world. At the junction of the immortal world and the demon world. The three high-level demonic emperors were exasperated with rage. Damn it. We were fooled by Xiao Han. When the Qinghuan pouch was about to be refined, that bastard Xiao Han disappeared inexplicably. Now, that bastard should be staying in the demon world. If he dares to return to the immortal world, he won't be able to escape the detection of our celestial senses. This guy is really cunning. He actually took advantage of the situation to hide in the demon world. What should we do? What should we do now? Go directly to the demon world to catch Xiao Han? No. Have you forgotten the agreement with Luo Xiang? We can't go to the demon world without permission. Otherwise that child's identity may be leaked. This matter must not be leaked. Otherwise our reputation will be ruined, and we will not be tolerated by the heavenly Tao. We can't go to the demon world without permission, absolutely not. That Xiao Han controls the Absolute Saber's treasure. Will the Absolute Saber tell this secret to Xiao Han? Forget it. Let's wait and see. Let's send a divine thought to Luo Xiang, and let her chase after Xiao Han. We must kill Xiao Han. In the depths of time and space. On a floating island that was created by endless celestial force. This island was filled with birdsong and the fragrance of flowers. A large number of spirit beasts such as immortal cranes, immortal apes, immortal cows and immortal goats, walked around the island. The sound of auspicious birds could be heard in the sky. Cliffs, clear springs, ancient pines. A small table. A pot of tea. A middle-aged man in coarse clothes. A tall and slender woman. This woman had light golden curls that casually fell on her shoulders. There was a sense of elegance in her laziness, and her eyes were like gemstones. Her skin was like ivory, and her aura was so noble that no one dared to look at her directly. Her entire body was flowing with an extremely ethereal celestial qi, and no one could tell how deep she was. At this moment, the middle-aged man was sitting by the table and drinking tea, and the woman was serving him at the side. It was very strange. This woman's eyes flashed with a longing expression from time to time, as if she was thinking about someone. If Xiao Han was here, he would definitely be so shocked that he could not speak, and he would definitely roar. Xiao Han knew the middle-aged man in coarse clothes and the tall woman. The middle-aged man was the mysterious celestial that Xiao Han met when he came out of the demon metropolis in the mortal world. He was the one who enlightened Xiao Han and told him the story of the demon god and the egg. And the tall woman was actually Xiao Yunrong. The woman that Xiao Han had been thinking about day and night, and had been looking for all this time. The woman who had sacrificed herself to drink the poison wine to save Xiao Han, and betrayed her sect. The woman who was deeply in love with Xiao Han. Back then Xiao Han had been looking for Xiao Yunrong but to no avail. She was deeply in love with him, but it was as if she had disappeared from the world. However, he had never expected that Xiao Yunrong would actually appear on the floating immortal island that was created by the great celestial power in the depths of the celestial world. She was actually with that mysterious celestial. Moreover, according to the poison that Xiao Yunrong had been poisoned with, she should have died a long time ago. But now she was actually alive and fragrant, and it was obvious that she had become an celestial. There must be a huge opportunity on Xiao Yunrong. At this moment Xiao Yunrong suddenly asked, "Master, where do you think he is now?" "Master, you are good at heavenly cycle divination. You must know." To be continued. Chapter 747. Just as Xiao Han had expected, Xiao Yunrong, who couldn't be found in the mortal world, had completely evaporated. She had actually come to the celestial world. She had completely recovered from the poison. She had actually become a celestial. She had actually addressed the mysterious celestial who had enlightened Xiao Han as master. Xiao Yunrong's poison was incurable in the mortal world. However, for an celestial, this little bit of poison could be easily resolved. $23X. At this moment, the mysterious celestial gently put down the teacup. A doting expression could be seen in his calm yet deep eyes as he spoke with a smile. Yunrong, your master's only true disciple. Speaking of it, it's fate. It's predestined. At that time, when I went to the mortal world to search for the traces left behind by the demon god, I was destined to meet you. Based on his words, it was clear that the mysterious celestial favored Xiao Yunrong. After all, Xiao Yunrong was the mysterious celestial's only true disciple. At this moment, an expression of admiration appeared on Xiao Yunrong's beautiful face. Thank you for taking pity on me, master. If you didn't save me in time, I would have died from the poison. This is fate, the mysterious celestial said with a chuckle. After a pause, the mysterious celestial teased. Yunrong, you were willing to commit suicide by consuming poison and betray your sect for him. Many years have passed since then. Your longing for him hasn't lessened at all. Instead, it's deepened. Yunrong, you're really affectionate. Xiao Yunrong smiled and said shyly. Master, please don't tease me, the mysterious celestial said with a smile. Do you want to know about that person's situation? Of course I want to know. Xiao Yunrong blurted out, but immediately felt that she had lost her modesty. She lowered her head and played with the corner of her clothes. She didn't dare to say anything else. She only secretly glanced at the mysterious celestial with eyes filled with anticipation. Ha ha ha. The mysterious celestial laughed loudly. Then he said seriously, Yunrong, don't worry. Yunrong, don't worry. That man of yours is growing rapidly and he's already in the celestial world. I didn't do anything to help him. That was because he needed some experience. Don't worry, your man is safe now. Hearing this, Xiao Yunrong's face was full of joy and relief. Soon after, he frowned again. Master, you said that he's inextricably linked to the remnant traces of the demon god. If the demon god isn't destroyed, then his entire life will be destroyed. It's filled with great tribulations and disasters. This is how to resolve this. Master, you're an expert in divination. Seeing through the past and the future, are you able to deduce his future? Hearing this, the mysterious immortal looked into the distance and said slowly after a while. Yunrong. Master's heavenly cycle divination requires a lot of energy to execute. Furthermore, that person of yours, because of the existence of the demon god, his future is no longer something that I can see through. Master, you mean, in the future, the odds are against him, Xiao Yunrong said in a trembling voice. Then she gritted her teeth. Master, please let Yunrong go find him. If he's in danger, Yunrong is willing to help him. Yunrong, you don't have to do this. The mysterious celestial waved his hand. His calm eyes suddenly shone with a profound light of wisdom. Yunrong, there are no absolutes in this world. The demon god is too powerful. This time, it's parasitized the egg of the cosmic behemoth and has already grown strong. Moreover, with him as its body, it seems that his life and future are completely controlled by the demon god. But there's always a chance, a glimmer of hope. Yunrong, this is not the best time for you to meet him. However, I can tell you that perhaps you'll become the key to his victory over the demon god. There's always been a shadow in his heart, a gap. That is, he couldn't find you back then. Your kindness and love for him are deeply rooted, and you're a hidden demon in his heart. As long as he doesn't know whether you're alive or dead, the demon in his heart will always exist. When you appear, the demon in his heart will disappear, and his heart will truly be perfect. Similarly, the demon god is residing in his heart, and his heart needs to be perfect to completely refine the egg of the cosmic behemoth. The key to success or failure may fall on you, Yunrong. The monster realm. The monster god temple. The most sacred area of the monster realm. If the monster god river was a forbidden place, then the monster god temple was a sacred place. The monster god temple used to be the lord of the monster clan, the great demon god's palace complex. Ever since the demon god was sealed by the group of immortals, the immortal realm had launched several large-scale cleanup wars against the demon realm. Although they did not completely exterminate the demon clan, they had dealt a serious blow to the leaderless demon clan. Today's monster god temple. It was extremely cold and desolate. Only the demon god's most beloved concubine lived in the monster god temple. Luoxiang. There were also some monster maids who served Luoxiang. There was an ancient barren hill next to the monster god temple. Many powerful monster beasts roamed on the hill, howling and swallowing the moon. At this time, in a pavilion on the peak of the hill, a woman with an incredibly beautiful figure, fair and smooth skin, and devilishly beautiful features stood at the peak of the mountain. A devilish wind blew past, and her purple dress gave off a dreamy sound, making her seem like she was riding the wind and drifting away. Of course, this elegance was filled with the smell of monster. Luo Xiang. This woman was the demon god's most beloved concubine. She also had an affair with 3 high-rank immortal emperors, giving birth to a monster that was neither immortal nor monster. It was also this woman who joined forces with the 3 high-rank immortal emperors to destroy immortal Emperor Zhu Dao's life force. Luo Xiang's lips curled up into a faint smile. Xiaohan? An immortal has actually snuck into the demon realm. Aha, interesting. Those 3 fellows said that Xiaohan entered the immortal realm as a mortal, stirred up a storm in the immortal realm, and finally became an immortal emperor. Then he single-handedly changed the structure of the immortal realm. Those 3 fellows are really useless. Just like before, they were easily bewitched by my fragrance. To be able to raise my child with the help of those 3 high-rank immortal emperors, he has the aptitude of a noble among demons and an immortal. This is a rare miracle. Compared to my child, Xiaohan is like a candle flame competing with the sun and moon. At this moment, whoosh, a bewitching young man in purple clothes appeared beside Luo Xiang with a gust of demonic wind. The eyes of the bewitching young man were filled with a demonic smile, as if he was the only one in the world. The young man was the rising ruler of the realm of monsters in recent years, the Crown Prince. He was also the strongest candidate to become the new god of monsters. Mother, there's a sudden phenomenon in the realm of monsters. The monster god river has dried up, the Crown Prince smiled eerily. Does this indicate that I'm about to take over? I'm sure you know about the monster god river drying up, mother? Luo Xiang looked at the Crown Prince gently. It's indeed a phenomenon, but you're talented enough to defeat the monster emperors and the lords of the realm of immortals. There shouldn't be any problems. Yes, mother, they're too weak compared to me. The Crown Prince cackled. It's too easy to kill them and everything that stands in my way. I'm not interested. Child, you mustn't be careless. Luo Xiang flicked her nails. Indeed, you're going to become the new god of monsters and conquer the realm of monsters soon. And sweep through the realm of immortals. Yes, mother, I understand. The Crown Prince's eyes were filled with excitement. But mother, it's very easy to conquer the realm of monsters, but it'll take some time to completely conquer the realm of immortals. Luo Xiang suddenly let out a sinister smile. She was extremely proud of herself. Child, it'll be very easy for you to conquer the realm of immortals. When the time comes, someone will help you. Oh. Mother, who will help me? The Crown Prince frowned. Will it be those monster emperors? But they're too weak. All right, child, don't ask too much about these things. You'll know when the time comes. Luo Xiang waved her hand. The Crown Prince continued to ask. Mother, you haven't told me who my father is. I'm the flesh and blood of the god of monsters? But legend has it that the god of monsters didn't leave any descendants. All right, don't ask too much. Luo Xiang's beautiful face straightened up. I'll tell you, but not now. All right, mother. The Crown Prince said unwillingly. There was silence between the mother and son for dozens of breaths. Child, go and prepare for the battle for the position of the new god of monsters. You need to deal with those monster emperors seriously. Don't fail miserably. Luo Xiang looked at the Crown Prince. Also, recently, a human sneaked into the demon realm. He's a low-level immortal emperor. You can investigate him. Catch that human. Yes, I understand. The Sky-Feathered Demon Emperor's Monster City. In a secret chamber of the mansion. Xiaohan had been meditating in this secret chamber for nearly a month. The demonic power emitted from the palm of the left-arm demon emperor was getting purer, stronger, and more demonic. During this period of seclusion, Xiaohan had perfectly integrated all kinds of demon emperor crystals, secret techniques, and forbidden techniques that were embedded in the palm of the left-arm demon emperor. The power of each demonic technique had reached the transcendent state. Now, the attacking power of my demonic technique has completely surpassed the immortal force in the 100 Lives Saber Dao. Only if I can comprehend the last move that master left behind, the 100 lives return to 1, can I fight against my demonic technique. Xiaohan stood up. His eyes were filled with powerful strength and battle intent. Xiaohan felt that he could pluck the stars and the moon, and shatter the sky with a punch. Speaking of which, the battle for the position of the new god of monsters is about to begin. When the time comes, will I be able to find the 3 vile spawns left behind by the high-level immortal emperors in the realm of monsters? Xiaohan's lips curled into a cold smile. To be continued? Chapter 748. After Xiaohan mastered many demonic arts and secret techniques, He came out of seclusion and found the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign and the other demons. At this moment, Xiao Han's aura was even more demonic. It was simply unfathomable. With a casual movement of his body, all sorts of mysterious halos formed from demonic techniques were released layer by layer. It was inexplicably strange. My lord, in a few days the demon god battle will be held at the Demon Sealing Mountain. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor stuttered. He stole a few glances at Xiao Han, and a glimmer appeared in his eyes. One had to know that back then, the Sky Feather Demonic Emperor was only looking for a backer so that when the demonic crown prince ascended to the throne, he wouldn't be instantly captured and killed. And now, this backer seemed to be more and more reliable and powerful. Maybe he really had a chance to compete with the demon crown prince. In this case, it would be great news for the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign. It seems like this lord has been in closed-door cultivation for a long time. He should be a powerful loose demon without his own forces. In that case, we might as well follow him wholeheartedly. Let's take a gamble. Once he wins the title of the new generation's demon god, I, the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign, will be his confidant and first batch of subordinates. Thinking of this, the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign's heart trembled. It was scorching hot. He served Xiao Han even more attentively. Let's go directly to Demon Sealing Mountain. I can't wait any longer. Xiao Han laughed loudly. Now Xiao Han felt that his demonic power had reached the point of perfection, reaching an unimaginable state. After cleaning up, the Sky Feather Demon the Arch led dozens of stronger demons. As Xiao Han's loyal servant, he went straight to Demon Sealing Mountain. The demon realm was as vast and boundless as the immortal realm. From the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign City to the Demon Sealing Mountain, one had to ride a flying demon beast or use a flying demon technique. Xiao Han immediately activated a demonic technique, wrapping himself and the Sky Feather Demonic Sovereign in a bubble. Then a demonic light flashed on his left arm, and with a movement that was illusory, he directly flashed over. This was a greater shift that was even more profound than teleportation. The Sky Feather Demon Sovereign and the others were dumbfounded by such a demonic technique. Monster Sealing Mountain. Demon Sealing Mountain, one of the holy lands of the demon race. The mountain was extremely steep. Its entire body was shaped like a bloodthirsty demonic beast. The mountain was blood red in color, as if the common people were weeping blood. The entire Demon Sealing Mountain was bathed in the raging demon chi. It was 100,000 zhang tall. It was a spectacular sight. Xiao Han and the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign stood at the foot of the mountain. The foot of the mountain was guarded by a large number of strange-looking demons. Sky Feather Demon Emperor. Go tell those demons guarding the mountain that we want to enter the Demon Sealing Mountain and participate in the upcoming demon god battle, Xiao Han said indifferently. Yes. Demon Emperor Tianyu nodded hurriedly. Following Xiao Han's instructions, the Sky Feather Monstrous Emperor hurried forward. Stop right there. Several demons with sharp heads and extremely ferocious appearances blocked the Sky Feather Demon Emperor's path. What are you trying to do? The contest for the new generation of demon gods will begin in 3 days. If you want to watch the ceremony, you have to wait. You can't go up the mountain right now unless you're one of the great demons who participated in the battle. These demons guarding the mountain were not as strong as the Sky Feather Demon Emperor in terms of cultivation and demonic power, and the Sky Feather Demon Emperor already had an extremely strong backer. Therefore, the Sky Feather Demon Emperor said arrogantly and disdainfully, "My master is naturally here to participate in the contest for the new generation of demon gods in 3 days. Get out of the way. My master is going up the mountain immediately. If you make my master unhappy, he'll kill you immediately." The demon clan always spoke with strength. With Xiao Han's current demonic power, he could indeed kill these weak demons for fun. It was not a big deal. Hearing this, the guards of the mountain tensed up and looked at Xiao Han. However, with one look they were also uncertain. This is not one of the Heaven Wasteland Emperor, the Demon Sword Emperor, the Barbarian Mountain Emperor, or the Pihu Emperor, and definitely not the Demon Crown Prince. Don't talk nonsense. My master is a hidden great demon. This time, he's going to win the title of the new generation of demon gods in one fell swoop. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor shouted with all his might. At this moment, an evil voice came from afar, and a majestic aura rolled and boiled. Sky Feather, you trash, how dare you betray me? Now, I'm going to tear you into pieces. Boom! Looking towards the direction of the voice, an ancient golden carriage was coming over from the eastern horizon. The carriage was pulled by 18 giant ox-headed demonic beasts. On the carriage there was a great demon standing with his hands behind his back. the demonic chi around his body soared into the sky like smoke, condensing into the image of a great demon. Behind the golden carriage, there were densely packed demon clan servants. This guy is quite arrogant. Xiao Han smiled evilly. Heaven Wasteland Emperor. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor shivered in fear and hid behind Xiao Han with a face full of fear. Before this, the Sky Feather Demon Emperor was a vassal of Heaven Wasteland Emperor. Although the Sky Feather Demon Emperor was sure that Xiao Han's demonic chi was stronger than Heaven Wasteland Emperor's, the Sky Feather Demon Emperor was also scared to death after so many years. At the same time, where did this wild demon come from? How dare he covet the position of the new generation of demon gods? He's really courting death. Another great demon emperor appeared. This was a skinny demon clan with eyes like blood moons, and one could faintly hear the terrifying howls of wolves coming from his body. He came riding on a demon phoenix with an extraordinary aura. This is the Pihu Great Emperor. His demonic chi is comparable to Heaven Wasteland Emperor. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor said in shock. In the next moment, another great demon emperor arrived with hundreds of demon servants behind him. It was the Barbarian Mountain Great Emperor. Finally, a great emperor came alone with a demon sword on his back. He looked very elegant and had the demeanor of a sword immortal. The Demon Sword Great Emperor. It was said that his attack power was even stronger than Heaven Wasteland Emperor. The 4 great emperors of the demon clan had arrived. At this moment, the 4 great emperors stared at Xiao Han with murderous intent, as if they wanted to swallow Xiao Han in one bite. Xiao Han didn't care and laughed. Oh, the 4 great emperors of the demon clan? The most powerful demon emperor in the demon realm? And also a strong competitor for the position of the new generation of demon gods in a few days. There's also a demon prince, right? Wild demon, the biggest ceremony of the demon clan. A small character like you wants to participate? Ah. Tianyu, you idiot, I don't know where you found a wild demon. But it's fine, I'll crush you all now. The demon emperor of Heaven Wasteland laughed sinisterly. Tianyu has already submitted to me. Xiao Han smiled evilly. His eyes flashed with murderous intent. Since you're all here, why don't I kill you all now? Ah. Suddenly Xiao Han's demonic power surged. In the palm of the demon emperor's left arm. It let out a ferocious roar. It seemed that there was a world of the demon clan brewing in it. Moreover, Xiao Han's heart was burning. These guys in front of me are the ultimate existences of the demon clan. As long as I kill them, the human clan will have 4 less powerful enemies. From then on, the human clan will have more confidence to destroy the demon clan in one fell swoop. However, I can't kill all 4 of the demon clan with my strength alone. But the demon clan is full of deceit. If I choose one of the great emperors and kill it with all my strength, I can definitely deter the other 3, so that they won't dare to act rashly. Xiao Han had already made up his mind to kill one of the great emperors. Demon Emperor of Heaven Wasteland, you don't have to participate in the battle for the position of the new generation of demon gods in a few days. You can die here. Die. Before his voice died away, Xiao Han made his move. The 4 great emperors of the demon clan did not expect Xiao Han to take the initiative to attack. In this situation, the 4 great emperors of the demon clan joined forces to deter them. Even the demon prince, who was at the peak of his power, would not dare to face them directly. And Xiao Han, who had deliberately restrained his demonic aura, looked like an ordinary wild demon. But he actually dared to attack Emperor of Heaven Wasteland. Boom. Xiao Han's left arm flashed with demonic light. He didn't use any demonic arts or forbidden techniques. He just used his demonic monarch palm to attack. The power of 8,000 demonic dragons was completely unleashed. The demonic monarch left arm's palm transformed into a gigantic hand that blotted out the sky. 8,000 demonic dragons coiled around it, capable of killing gods and destroying immortals and demons alike. It struck out with a single strike, shattering the void and destroying all life. Xiao Han's swift and decisive attack caught the demon emperor of Heaven Wasteland completely off guard. The demonic hand that blotted out the sky seemed to collapse as it directly suppressed the demon emperor of Heaven Wasteland. Heaven Wasteland Demon Emperor was indeed a veteran demon emperor. At the moment of life and death, Heaven Wasteland Demon Emperor suddenly released an illusory demon technique. However, Xiao Han's powerful attack had disrupted the order of the surrounding space. This demon technique actually prevented Heaven Wasteland Demon Emperor from dodging to an extremely far distance. He only dodged a few dozen feet away. The next moment, bang, 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 The demonic hand that covered the sky came crashing down. The golden demon carriage of the heaven wasteland demon emperor was smashed into powder. The giant ox-headed demon beast that was pulling the carriage was smashed into meat paste. The demon servants that followed behind heaven wasteland demon emperor were smashed into pieces. In a split second, Xiao Han's palm shook and a total of 81 demon techniques blasted towards heaven wasteland demon emperor. Attack demon technique. Hallucination demon technique. Trap demon technique. Deceleration demon technique. Stun demon technique. The densely packed demon techniques enveloped heaven wasteland demon emperor. Roar. Heaven wasteland demon emperor let out a horrified roar. One should know that as a veteran demon emperor, heaven wasteland demon emperor was proficient in many demon techniques, but only about 50. He never imagined that this unknown wild demon in front of him could actually unleash 81 demon techniques in one go. Moreover, the most terrible thing was that among these demon techniques, there were not many offensive ones. Most of them were interference types. Heaven wasteland demon emperor conjured up a demon technique barrier to protect his demon body, preventing himself from being affected by various negative effects. Just as heaven wasteland demon emperor was overwhelmed. Bang! Xiao Han's demonic hand that covered the sky struck out. 8,000 demonic dragon power violently shook. Pucci! Heaven wasteland demon emperor was smashed into pieces. To be continued. Chapter 749. Xiao Han's swift and decisive methods directly blew up the demon emperor of heaven wasteland of the four great demon emperors. Firstly, Xiao Han had suddenly attacked, and the demon emperor of heaven wasteland had looked down on this wild demon, and never thought that the wild demon would turn the tables. Secondly, Xiao Han's pure demonic power had reached the size of 8,000 demon dragons, even greater than the demon emperor of heaven wasteland's demonic power. Thirdly, Xiao Han possessed countless demonic secret techniques, which were almost the key to Xiao Han's victory. Ordinary demons, such as the demon emperor that Xiao Han had encountered in the secular world, basically only had one demonic technique, or at most a few demonic techniques. The demon emperor of the secular world did not have many demonic techniques. However, in the upper domain the situation was the same as in the secular world. The same demon could not have too many demonic techniques. For example, the demon emperor of heaven wasteland could control dozens of demonic techniques at once, which was already very terrifying. Because controlling too many demonic techniques was equivalent to having too much burden, which the demon body could not bear. Moreover, to control demonic techniques of different attributes at the same time, there would definitely be conflicts that could not be reconciled. And Xiao Han's left demon emperor's palm had in fact been modified by the demon god, so it had no problem withstanding hundreds of thousands of demonic techniques. When it was used, it was like a continuous barrage, with terrifying destructive power. Boom! Xiao Han swept the corpse of the demon emperor of heaven wasteland into the palm tattoo on his left arm, and frantically devoured and refined it. Of course, Xiao Han himself also understood that if it was a one-on-one, everyone had talked it out, and then fought, then it would not be so easy for him to kill the demon emperor of heaven wasteland. At the same time, Xiao Han also knew that he had already removed a huge hidden danger for the human race. It was only after Xiao Han had completely crushed the demon emperor of heaven wasteland, and even cleaned up the corpse that the other three great emperors finally reacted. They were completely dumbfounded. Even the sky feather demon emperor and the others. They were also dumbfounded. Too fierce. Too savage. Too vicious. Killed at will. Moreover, his demonic power and demonic techniques were also ridiculously high. A total of 81 demonic arts were unleashed at the same time, but his demonic body was actually able to withstand it. He died without exploding. Emperor Longhorn exclaimed in shock. You! The demonic sword emperor's killing intent surged. Demonic chi surged. One must know that he and the heavenly wasteland emperor were extremely close. These two great emperors of the monster race had always been on good terms. They even plotted to form an alliance to resist the demon crown prince. But now, the demon monarch of heaven wasteland was killed by Xiao Han, causing the demonic sword emperor to go berserk. The other great monarch Manshan's eyes flashed as he hollered. Wild demon! You actually dared to make a move. You're too presumptuous. How dare he kill the heaven wasteland emperor in front of us? However, these three great emperors, although he was roaring, he did not attack Xiao Han immediately. All of this was within Xiao Han's expectations. The demon race was not like the human race. The human race still had morality to speak of. For example, if their companions were harmed, they would fight to the death to avenge them. However, the demon race was different. The demon race was an extremely selfish and cruel race that only knew how to make use of others. Now that the demon monarch of Heaven Wasteland was dead, the remaining 3 demon monarchs would not take the risk to avenge the demon monarch of Heaven Wasteland. Moreover, they all needed to accumulate strength to deal with another formidable enemy, the Demon Crown Prince. The Demon Crown Prince was also a cruel and merciless person. In the competition for the position of the new demon god a few days later, the Demon Crown Prince would torture and kill them. Ha 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 ha. Xiao Han laughed wildly as if he had completely controlled the situation. It's no big deal. Anyway, we'll be fighting in 3 days' time. It's the same to kill the Heaven Wasteland Emperor earlier or later. Ah. How dare you insult me? You're courting death. Why, what do you want to say? Of course, if you want to avenge the demon monarch of Heaven Wasteland, you might as well join forces to fight against me. I still have many tricks that I haven't used to my heart's content. I can also use them on you and kill you one by one. Still have many tricks that I haven't used? This sentence made the 3 demon monarchs deeply fearful. As for the Sky Feather Demon Monarch and the others, they were secretly delighted by their wise choice. Ah, I've made the right bet. Following this lord is better than following that Emperor of Heaven Wasteland. In front of this lord, Emperor of Heaven Wasteland is like trash. The Sky Feather Demon Monarch almost laughed out loud. It seems that this lord really has a chance to fight against the Demon Crown Prince. It's not entirely impossible for him to seize the position of the new demon god. At this time, the 3 demon monarchs immediately communicated with their demon senses. This wild demon's name is unknown, but it's actually this powerful. We can't fight against him now, otherwise the Demon Crown Prince will take advantage of us. Yes, even if the 3 of us join forces, we'll have to pay a great price to completely kill this wild demon. It's really not worth it. There's a saying in the human race, drive the wolf to devour the tiger. Why don't we deceive this wild demon and let him fight against the Demon Crown Prince? It's best if both sides suffer. Good, that's it. After the discussion, the 3 demon monarchs immediately restrained their violent demonic aura. Forget it, this one indeed we underestimated you. The Emperor of Heaven Wasteland was too reckless. This matter ends here. However, it's not a big deal that you can defeat the demon monarch of Heaven Wasteland. You should know that the Demon Crown Prince is the most promising contender for the position of the new demon god. You've just released 81 demonic techniques, right? But I know that the Demon Crown Prince also has a special demonic body with a very powerful origin. He's proficient in at least 1,000 demonic techniques. The Sky Feather Demon Monarch said with a gloomy face. These guys are not stupid. They actually know how to provoke and use me to deal with the Demon Crown Prince. Xiao Han sneered but did not say anything else. He directly turned around and walked towards the Demon Ceiling Mountain. The most important thing now is to find a place to refine the corpse of the Demon Monarch of Heaven Wasteland and increase some demonic power. The Demon Crown Prince seems to be somewhat powerful, but it's not a big deal that he's proficient in thousands of demonic techniques. I'm afraid that if I tell others that I'm proficient in hundreds of thousands of demonic techniques, you'll be scared to death. Now, after witnessing Xiao Han's viciousness and brutality, even an emperor was killed by him. The demon race guarding the mountain did not dare to stop him and directly let Xiao Han pass. The Sky Feather Demon Monarch and the others arrogantly followed behind Xiao Han, somewhat like a fox exploiting the tiger's might. Xiao Han directly went up the Demon Ceiling Mountain. The 3 demon monarchs looked at each other, feeling that the battle for the new generation of demon god would not be so simple. Then they brought along the demon servants who were still in shock and followed closely up the mountain. On the Demon Ceiling Mountain, the demon race naturally settled Xiao Han and the others. Halfway up the mountain, there were many demon palaces built, and the atmosphere was solemn. Xiao Han, the Sky Feather Demon Monarch and the others entered a group of palace buildings. Many seductive female demons came to serve them, offering the most exquisite demon fruits and pastries. Xiao Han directly entered a secret cultivation room in a palace and warned the Sky Feather Demon Monarch not to disturb him within these 3 days. The Sky Feather Demon Monarch and the others now obeyed Xiao Han's words, almost already regarded Xiao Han as the future overlord of the demon realm, the new generation of demon god. And the other 3 demon monarchs were also settled in the palace buildings halfway up the mountain. They gathered together to discuss. Finally, they decided on a plan. At all costs they would provoke Xiao Han and the Demon Crown Prince. In the next battle they would try to let Xiao Han and the Demon Crown Prince fight. In the secret room. Xiao Han sat cross-legged. The space around him was filled with towering demon qi, densine qi, and countless demon race illusions and nightmares were born and destroyed. The palm of the demon monarch on the left arm was surrounded by a layer of strong light. The corpse of the Heaven Wasteland Emperor was constantly broken down into the purest demon race origin energy, which was absorbed by the palm of the demon monarch on the left arm. The level of the Heaven Wasteland Demon Monarch was a little higher than that of the middle-level immortal emperors of the immortal world, and was only second to the high-level immortal emperors. Moreover, the nourishment obtained from the corpse of the demon monarch was indeed greater than that of the corpse of an immortal emperor. Therefore, the palm of the demon monarch on the left arm was like a fish in water, rising steadily, crazily rising. Good. The battle is coming, increase your demon chi as much as you can. The demon crown prince is said to be extremely powerful, and his identity is mysterious, so I have to be careful. Increasing more demon chi can increase the chance of winning. Moreover, the monster that was born from the 3 high-level immortal emperors and the demon god's concubine is hiding in the demon realm. I have to carry out Master's last wish to find him, and that demon god's concubine is also the culprit who killed Master, so I have to kill her as well. Of course, the 3 high-level immortal emperors must all die. He wanted to avenge his master. However, I don't know where the first-ranked Grand Mist Emperor is now, and I don't know if he will interfere in my revenge for Master. Xiao Han's thoughts were flying as he cultivated. There was still one day before the battle for the position of the new generation of Demon God. At this time, an endless stream of demon race came from all directions and entered the demon sealing mountain. It could be said that the battle the next day was extremely crucial to the future of the demon realm. The new leader of the demon race, the soul of the demon realm, was about to be born. The demon race had been without a leader all these years, resulting in the immortal realm completely suppressing the demon realm. In fact, the demon race also hoped that there would be a new leader, like the all-powerful demon god, who would lead the demon race to fight back against the immortal realm. They treated the immortals as prey, to be hunted, and enjoyed the delicious brain juice. Tens of thousands of demon race gathered. In a short period of time, the demon sealing mountain had gathered the most powerful demon race in the demon realm. Even a large number of old demon race that had been living in seclusion had come out and rushed to the demon sealing mountain to admire the new demon god. Of course, there was no lack of ambitious demon race that wanted to take a share of the loot in the battle the next day. However, the demon crown prince had yet to appear. I've finally refined the body of the Heaven Wasteland Martial Monarch. Now I've gained another 1000 dragon force, allowing me to improve further. The pure force in my left Martial Monarch palm has reached 9000 dragon force. Finally, Xiao Han came out of seclusion. To be continued. Chapter 750. Thousands of demons gathered at Demon Sealing Mountain. It included most of the elites of the demon race. At this moment, countless seats were set up on the huge square at the top of Demon Sealing Mountain. Some seats were suspended in the void, and all kinds of strange-looking demons transformed into human forms and sat on the seats, waiting for the battle for the position of the new demon god to begin. Every demon was extremely excited and nervous, because a new chapter would be written in the future of the demon race. The appearance of a new generation of demon god meant that the demon race had been without a leader for a long time. The battle for the position of the new generation of demon god was on the horizon. On this day, the entire demon realm was filled with a blue sky. The demonic aura in the sky rolled and dissipated, adding a trace of evil charm to the scene. The atmosphere at the top of Demon Sealing Mountain was even more intense, adding oil to the fire. At the center of the mountain there was an ancient altar. The surface of the altar was engraved with inscriptions of the demon race. It was extremely ancient, like a biography describing the life and reproduction of the demon race. The wide altar was originally used by the demon race to offer sacrifices and pray to the demon god, but at this moment, it was used for a fierce battle. The beasts were going to have a decisive battle on the altar to choose a new leader, to lead the beasts back to the peak, which was currently in an extremely low position. The demons watching from all directions held their breaths. On the other side of the mountain there were several camps, a total of 5 camps. These 5 camps represented the 5 largest forces of the current demon race: Demon Crown Prince, Emperor Tianhuang, Emperor Yanhu, Emperor Manshan, Emperor Demonic Sword. If there were no accidents, the position of the new generation of demon god would be produced by the leaders of these 5 forces. Of course, among the many demons who had climbed up Demon Sealing Mountain, there were also some old demons who were ready to take a share of the loot. However, Accidents still happened. First, the Emperor of Heaven Wasteland was beaten to death by an unknown wild demon before he set foot on Demon Ceiling Mountain. Second, the day of the battle for the position of the new generation of Demon God had arrived, but the mysterious Demon Crown Prince still did not appear. The sudden change seemed to make the battle for the position of the new generation of Demon God full of suspense. At this moment, the camp that should have belonged to the Heaven Wasteland Great Emperor was now occupied by Xiao Han. In this camp, Xiao Han sat calmly on a throne carved from the bones of a demonic beast. His expression was very calm. His lips curled into a sinister smile as his gaze swept across the spectating demons, hundreds of thousands of demons. None of them were ordinary demons. Some of the demons were extremely ferocious. Some of them had fierce looks on their faces. Some of them were murderous, as if they would pounce on people at any moment to eat them. Some of them had a temperament that was as deep as an ancient well, reflecting the sun, moon, and stars. Some were mysterious. There were many more. Xiao Han looked at the countless demons and couldn't help but lick his lips. That's great. The scene is really grand. It's indeed worthy of being a grand event that the demons rarely see in 10,000 years. The demons that have gathered here are all from the demon clan. Every one of them must have killed many humans and devoured many immortals. Today, as long as I kill all these demons, the human race will be able to obtain complete peace and tranquility. In Xiao Han's heart, there was a huge ambition and aspiration. However, when he thought about it, it was extremely unrealistic for him to annihilate so many demon clan members by himself. I'll kill some of the main leaders of the demon race. Xiao Han nodded slightly in his heart. While Xiao Han was observing the demons, countless demons were also observing Xiao Han. If the Heaven Wasteland Great Emperor and the Demon Sword Great Emperor were all great demons who had been famous for a long time. Although the Demon Prince had only risen recently, he had long been famous in the demon world. In that case, Xiao Han was a completely new face. He was a complete nobody. None of the demons present could figure out where Xiao Han had come from. His mysteriousness was too unbelievable. That caused every demon to do their best to observe, analyze, and study Xiao Han. However, after looking around, they realized that they still couldn't figure out Xiao Han's true strength. They couldn't find any clues from Xiao Han at all. Even though Xiao Han was in the true form of an immortal emperor, they couldn't find any flaws and were certain that Xiao Han was a demon. Xiao Han's mysteriousness, coupled with his method of killing the Heaven Wasteland Great Emperor, made many demons think that Xiao Han would become the new demon god. They thought that Xiao Han would become the dark horse in the battle for the position of the new demon god. Although he might not be able to defeat the demon prince, he could at least slightly disrupt the situation. In fact, among the hundreds of thousands of demon techniques that Xiao Han was proficient in, there were disguise techniques such as the reincarnation technique. Now that Xiao Han's demonic power was so strong, the demons couldn't see through him at all. The camps of the Demon Sword Great Emperor, the Pai Hu Great Emperor, and the Man Mountain Great Emperor were extremely lively and spectacular. There were thousands of demon servants sitting on the ground. They surrounded the three great emperors. On Xiao Han's side, there were only a few dozen supporters such as the Sky Feather Demon Emperor. However, Xiao Han didn't care at all. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor and the others were surprisingly full of confidence. Lord, this time you will definitely be able to suppress the demons and seize the position of the new demon god. The Sky Feather Demon Emperor used his demon consciousness to transmit his voice to Xiao Han. This guy's heart was burning with passion. This way we will be your first batch of subordinates. Don't worry, we will never betray you in this life. Xiao Han smiled nonchalantly. Don't worry, if I seize the position of the new demon god, I will definitely give you benefits. At this moment, the Demon Sword Great Emperor, the Man Mountain Great Emperor, and the Pai Hu Great Emperor, the three senior demon emperors, all had uncertain expressions. They all knew how powerful Xiao Han was. What they had to do next was to sow discord. They would try to let Xiao Han fight with the Demon Prince first. Time passed minute by minute. The Demon Prince still hadn't arrived. All the demons on the mountaintop. They couldn't hold back. It became a little noisy. However, the Demon Prince was the rising talent of the new generation of the demon realm. Therefore, as long as the Demon Prince didn't appear, the battle for the new demon god would not be held as scheduled. Heck, how arrogant. Xiao Han looked at the distant void in the sky with a faint smile. However, this Demon Prince will definitely not miss this golden age of the demon race. He's just putting on airs, however. From a deeper level, this Demon Prince is also very scheming. He's not appearing because he's wearing down the spirit of many demons who are competing with him. When the competitors are anxious and mentally unbalanced, he will come late and wait for them to exhaust themselves. It seems that this demon prince is not a simple guy. He's also good at psychological attacks. Thinking so. Xiao Han, on the other hand, was extremely calm. He was simply calm and composed. He had a look of indifference on his face. At the intersection of the demon realm and the celestial realm, the origin energy of the universe was filled. When the demon realm was in full swing, the three giants of the celestial realm were also nervously communicating. Today the demon race will carry out the selection battle for the new demon god. The demon race is restless again. After the demon god was sealed and fell, the demon race suffered a destructive blow. Now they've recovered? Are they going to stir up trouble again? Sigh, it's all because we were blinded by greed and were tempted by Luo Xiang. We even did that thing. Therefore we had to make an agreement with Luo Xiang not to take the opportunity to eliminate the demon race. We must leave a chance for the demon race. Sigh, if it wasn't for that, the demon race would have been eliminated by us long ago. Moreover, we kept making up lies to make the immortals of the immortal world believe that it's not the best time to eliminate the demon race. But now, after so many years have passed, the demon race has actually slowly become stronger again. There's even a hint of a revival. It's all our fault. There's no benefit in talking about this now. Once we break the agreement with Luo Xiang, we'll lose all our reputation. Moreover, we don't even know if the Grand Mist Emperor knows about this. At this point, the voices of the three high-rank immortal emperors were filled with intense fear. It was as if the three high-rank immortal emperors were filled with extreme fear towards the Grand Mist Emperor. This is also the heart demon that has been troubling us for the past few years. You should know that the Grand Mist Emperor is the strongest immortal emperor in the immortal world, ranked number 1. His strength is very close to the demon god in the past. He was able to escape unscathed from the battle with the demon god. Moreover, if the Grand Mist Emperor went all out, he could also injure the demon god. The immortal emperor that the demon god was most afraid of was the Grand Mist Emperor. If the Grand Mist Emperor finds out about our matter, we'll die instantly. The Grand Mist Emperor is an expert in divination. He knows about the past and the future. Maybe. Alright, let's not think about the Grand Mist Emperor for now. It's been so many years, but the Grand Mist Emperor still hasn't pursued the matter. This means that he might not know about this matter. Moreover, even if he knows, he won't do anything to us in order to maintain the stability and order of the immortal world. Now, we have to participate in the battle for the position of the new demon god. On one hand, we can't let the demon world choose a new leader to unite them. On the other hand, I have a brilliant plan that can turn the situation around. Realize the unification of the human race in the immortal world. However, this method is to save the country in a roundabout way. What do you have in mind? Assist the child we left in the demon world to ascend to the position of the new demon god. Half of our blood and flesh are in that child's body, so he can be considered as half an immortal, not a pure demon. As long as he becomes the new demon god, we can think of a way to awaken the immortal nature in his bloodline. In that case, our child will eventually return to the immortal world. At that time, the demon world will be under his control. Won't he be able to rule over it, and his life and death will be in his hands? Good. This is a brilliant plan. However, we promised Luo Xiang that we won't take half a step into the demon world. No matter. Our immortal senses will enter the demon world and observe in secret. If our child can defeat his opponent and ascend to the top, we won't make a move. If the situation changes, we will directly assist our child. I believe Luo Xiang won't say anything when the time comes. Good, that's it. Let's release our immortal senses and help our child. Boom, boom, boom. In the blink of an eye, 3 powerful immortal senses flew towards the demon world. The demon god temple. An extremely excited expression appeared on Luo Xiang's devilishly beautiful face. Child, today, you will finally ascend to the position of the overlord of the immortal world. Become the new demon god. In a special world in the immortal world. Under the pine tree, Xiao Yunrong was serving her respected master with all her might, the azure-robed middle-aged immortal. The azure-robed middle-aged immortal was drinking tea. At that instant, his eyes flickered as he mumbled to himself. What a storm! The war between the immortal realm and the demon realm that has existed since ancient times has now slowly entered a very subtle stage. To be continued. Chapter 751. Demon Ceiling Mountain. At this moment, the atmosphere in Demon Ceiling Mountain was extremely noisy. It had been several hours since the demons gathered. From early morning to noon, a brilliant demon sun, scarlet like blood, hung high in the sky, emitting a terrifying temperature that could burn mountains and boil seas. However, the demon crown prince still did not appear. Finally, great monarch Man Shan could not hold it in anymore and roared. The demon crown prince is too arrogant. He still hasn't shown up at this time. Forget it. I'll take it that he has given up the fight for the position of the new demon god. Let's start the battle as scheduled. Among us, a leader will be born, and then we'll send troops to suppress the demon crown prince. The demon crown prince is too cruel, he's a disaster for our demon race. No matter who becomes the leader, we must eliminate the demon crown prince before we counterattack the celestial world. Otherwise, great monarch Man Shan became more and more proud as he spoke. His demon servants, as well as some of the fans in the audience seats, also joined in the uproar. At this moment, Xiao Han, who had been meditating with his eyes closed, suddenly twitched his ears. Looking towards the eastern horizon, the corners of his mouth curled into a faint smile as he muttered, "It's finally here, heh." As soon as he finished speaking, boom, only to see, on the eastern horizon of Sealing Demon Mountain, a huge cloud of fire suddenly appeared. The fiery cloud was rolling over like a magnificent army. A terrifying demonic power was brewing in the fiery cloud. Moreover, this demonic power was extremely pure and refined. When Xiao Han carefully examined it, he discovered the demonic power in the fiery cloud. Its density was higher than great monarch Man Shan's. It was many times more refined than great monarch Man Shan's. It actually had a smell that was close to the origin power of the demon race. Compared to the demonic power contained in the demon god river, it was only one level lower. Impressive. He's indeed an impressive character. The four ancient great monarchs of the demon race are on a completely different level compared to the demon crown prince. Seeing this, Xiao Han's underestimation gradually disappeared. It was a form of respect. As soon as the demonic cloud appeared, the clamor on Demon Sealing Mountain immediately subsided. The 10,000 demons exchanged glances and kept quiet out of fear. The demonic aura emitted by the fiery clouds caused the blood of the demons gathered on Demon Sealing Mountain to instinctively tremble. Even Great Monarch Man Shan, Great Monarch Bewitching Sword, and Great Monarch Pai, who were no exception. Demon Sealing Mountain was silent. Countless demonic eyes were staring at the burning clouds that were slowly drifting over from the horizon. Xiao Han glanced at the Sky Feather Demon Sovereign and the others who were sitting behind him. Each and every one of them were cowering like quails. His face had completely collapsed. But Xiao Han was fine. Under the pressure of the burning demonic cloud, Xiao Han was like a spring breeze caressing his face, turning a deaf ear to it. Because Xiao Han's heart was protected by the soul of a true demon god, he was completely unmoved. At this moment, the soul of the demon god, which had been isolated, seemed to feel a sense of provocation. An evil murderous aura emerged and began to invade Xiao Han's mind, causing Xiao Han's murderous intent toward the demon crown prince to become more and more violent. He could not wait to rush up and tear the demon crown prince into pieces. Damn it, the soul of the demon god is affecting my temperament. It seems to want to use my strength to tear the demon crown prince into pieces. Xiao Han quickly restrained his murderous intent and observed the situation. The burning demonic cloud was getting closer and closer to Demon Sealing Mountain. Demonic light was shining in all directions, and the entire Demon Sealing Mountain was gradually shrouded in a gloomy atmosphere. Moreover, the pressure emitted from the burning demonic cloud was getting stronger. Under such pressure, there was a huge change in the spectator seats on Demon Sealing Mountain. Bang! 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 A large number of demons with slightly weaker cultivations directly knelt down in front of the burning clouds and shouted loudly, "Welcome, Demon Crown Prince. May the Demon Crown Prince rule the demon world forever." Even the demon servants that the three demonic emperors had brought along knelt down in droves. Roar! Get up at once. How dare you? The three monarchs roared incessantly, trying to salvage the situation. However, they realized that more and more loyal servants were kneeling down behind them, causing them to lose control of the situation. Initially, the Sky Feather Monarch Beast and the others behind Xiao Han were about to kneel down too. However, Xiao Han released a trace of demonic force and the Monarch Beast crystals on his left arm began to flicker, forcefully suppressing the pressure emitted from the burning demonic cloud, preventing the Sky Feather Monarch Beast and the others from collapsing on the spot. The situation is almost under control even before I show up. Now, the rhythm is firmly under the control of the Demon Crown Prince. If I hadn't interfered today, the four monarchs wouldn't have been able to fight against the Demon Crown Prince. There's no doubt that the Demon Crown Prince will become the new god beast. Xiao Han's thoughts flickered continuously. All of a sudden, something's not right. Xiao Han immediately sensed a subtle scent emanating from the fiery demonic clouds. Apart from the pure demonic aura, there's a different kind of energy ripple in the burning demonic cloud. The energy ripple is very faint, as if it hasn't truly awakened, but Xiao Han's eyes flickered. Then he looked at the burning demonic cloud. At this moment, a bewitching sound came from the burning demonic cloud. It was extremely sentimental and full of evil temptation. The demonic cloud gradually broke apart. Countless graceful figures of women could be seen within. These women were holding various instruments of the demon realm and were currently playing them. They sang and danced gracefully. It was a joyous scene. Moreover, the graceful demonic music contained an even more terrifying charm. After the demonic music, more and more monsters knelt down on the demon ceiling peak. Only the three monarchs, some experienced old monsters, and the monsters on Xiao Han's side could still hold on and protect their hearts. Soon, the demonic women pushed aside one by one, and a young man in a jade robe walked up. His figure attracted the light and emitted a demonic aura. There was an innate demonic aura in his temperament. It was as if he was born to be the ruler of the demon realm. With a casual movement of his body, countless demonic moons and demonic stars. They surrounded and spun around him. It was as if he was the center of the entire demon realm. He seemed to have walked out from the demon realm of ancient myths. His eyes were like a king's, looking down on the heavens and earth. Demon Crown Prince. The late Demon Crown Prince finally showed up. As soon as he appeared, he was invincible. Especially the Demon Crown Prince's eyes. They were like whirlpools as if they contained the true demon realm. Today is the grandest occasion in the demon realm. Our demon realm has been on the verge of falling apart since the fall of the demon god. Now we need a true leader to rule the demon realm. Otherwise we will be destroyed by those immortals sooner or later. I am the only choice for the new demon god. I hope all of you will submit to me. The Demon Crown Prince said in a matter-of-fact tone. His tone was very calm, without any threatening tone, as if he was telling a fact. However, his face was full of high spirits, looking down on the world, ruling over everything. Today's grand occasion is quite grand. Under such circumstances I can barely ascend to the throne, so let's keep things simple. Ha ha ha. Demon Crown Prince. It won't be easy for you to become the new generation's demon god. The bewitching sword Great Emperor roared. He originally thought that there would be a fierce battle to decide the new demon god, but it seemed that the Demon Crown Prince had already taken control of the situation. Emperor Bewitching Sword? You don't want to submit to me? But it doesn't matter. Step forward and I'll kill you all. The Demon Crown Prince sneered. Meanwhile, Xiao Han. Immortal Qi. In this demon prince's body, among the signs of life, there is actually a faint celestial origin energy. Xiao Han finally saw the difference in the demon prince. Xiao Han already had a huge amount of immortal qi in his body. Now that he was facing the demon crown prince, the immortal qi that he suppressed in his body resonated. In an instant, Xiao Han completely understood. He could wear out iron shoes in fruitless search, but by chance he found it without even looking. The demon crown prince in front of him was the evil creature that was born from the illicit intercourse between the three high-level immortal emperors and the demon god's concubine. At the same time, Xiao Han also sensed that three obscure immortal senses had already appeared at the side of the demon ceiling mountain. Xiao Han was no stranger to the three immortal senses. They were the immortal senses of the three high-level immortal emperors. The situation was clear. The three high-level immortals had released their immortal senses. It was obvious that they were protecting their son, the Demon Crown Prince. For a moment, Xiao Han's murderous intent was stirred up violently. The three high-level immortal emperors were the common enemies of Xiao Han and his master. The birth of the Demon Crown Prince was not only a disgrace to the entire immortal realm, but also the cause of his master's death. When enemies meet, their eyes turn red. Now Xiao Han's entire body was ignited by the murderous intent. At this moment, Emperor Bewitching Sword only roared a few times, but did not make any real moves against the Demon Crown Prince. The Demon Crown Prince's gaze suddenly landed on Xiao Han. Oh, you're the wild demon that killed Emperor Tianhuang, right? I'm a little familiar with your aura. What do you have to do with the drying up of the Demon God River? Tell me the truth now, don't leave anything out. Moreover, open your heart and submit to me. with your demonic strength, you can be my right-hand man. Assist me. Of course, if you disobey, I'll kill you. The demon crown prince's tone was that of a ruler and a subject. All the eyes of the demon race turned to Xiao Han. Xiao Han, however, raised his head and smiled. Haha, demon crown prince, you're not a demon god yet, so you can't order me around. Moreover, I heard that your identity is very mysterious? Ah, but I do know who you are. Huh? The demon crown prince frowned slightly. All of the demon race could not help but be stunned. The true identity of the demon crown prince? Your true identity is... Xiao Han roared loudly, bastard. You're a bastard. The worst bastard in the whole world. The lowliest bastard. This is your true identity. To be continued. Chapter 752. The entire demon ceiling mountain was deathly silent. Thousands of demons were silent. This unknown wild demon was actually roaring at the demon crown prince. He kept on cursing with the most vicious words in the world. Bastard was an extremely vicious word in both the celestial realm and the monster realm. Insulting his parents and ancestors. The demon crown prince was stunned like a statue. Bastard. Ever since the demon crown prince was born, he had been blessed by nature and had extraordinary talent. It was as easy as drinking water and eating for him to cultivate all kinds of demon techniques. Other demons, even experienced emperors, could only cultivate dozens of demon techniques at the same time. However, the demon crown prince could master thousands of demon techniques. His talent could be called abnormal. Moreover, the demon crown prince had been dominating the monster realm all these years. His methods were extremely vicious and cruel, and he would easily destroy his enemies' clans. The demon crown prince was simply unscrupulous in the monster realm. Therefore, although many demons hated the demon crown prince, they absolutely didn't dare to scold him to his face. They could only be angry but didn't dare to say anything. It could be said that this was the first time in his life that the demon crown prince was scolded so loudly, and it was so unpleasant. Unsightly. Therefore, the demon crown prince was a stupid statue. Besides, he believed that the demon prince's bloodline was extremely noble. His mother was the demon god's most favored concubine. Almost no demon in the entire monster realm knew about this, but the demon crown prince knew it very well. He even suspected that he was the descendant of the demon god, although his mother always denied it. In the demon crown prince's heart, his bloodline was extremely noble. Unique. Only he was supreme. Perfect. He couldn't be a bastard. At the same time, the three emperors, Man Shan, Sword Demon, and Pai Hu, were frightened by Xiao Han's absurd behavior. Above the demon ceiling mountain, the three hidden immortal senses also emitted angry thoughts. Xiao Han scolded their son in front of their faces. In the beginning, the three high-level emperors were tempted by the fragrance of Luo Xiang and had sex with her, giving birth to the demon crown prince. However, the situation was extremely promiscuous and chaotic. Until now, the three high-level emperors still didn't know who the demon crown prince's biological father was. Later, after some investigation, they found that the demon crown prince had inherited one gene from each of the three high-tier immortal emperors. He was truly a hybrid. But now Xiao Han had called them bastards, which was tantamount to slapping the faces of the three high-rank celestial emperors. Moreover, Xiao Han's disguise as a member of the demon race was perfect. Even the immortal senses of the three high-level immortal emperors couldn't tell the difference. Initially, these three high-level immortal emperors wanted to capture Xiao Han back in the immortal world. They came up with all sorts of schemes but to no avail. And now Xiao Han was exposed to their celestial senses, but they didn't notice at all. How ironic. The three high-grade immortal emperors didn't manage to identify Xiao Han, but Xiao Han was able to sense the existence of the three high-grade immortal emperors. Even the three high-rank immortal emperors have released their immortal senses. There's no doubt now. This demon crown prince is the most disgusting beast in both the immortal and demon realms. Xiao Han sneered in his heart. Then he slowed down his high-pitched roar and his expression calmed down. Then he used an apologetic tone to speak to the demon crown prince. I'm sorry, demon prince. I was too agitated just now, I'm sorry. Sorry? The group of demons was stunned again. They were completely stunned by Xiao Han's sudden change in attitude. Could it be that this wild demon was impulsive and scolded the demon crown prince for a moment of pleasure? Then he realized that something was wrong and quickly admitted defeat? Hearing this, the demon crown prince's eyebrows twitched and then he said sinisterly, "There's only one chance and it's fleeting. Just now, I asked you to submit to me to give you a chance. However, you actually dared to insult me. Forget it, tell me your identity and background now. Bring me there and I'll kill your entire family. Then you can commit suicide yourself. Sorry, I was too agitated just now. Xiao Han hurriedly laughed. It's useless. Offending me means death. Seeing Xiao Han admit defeat one after another, the Demon Crown Prince's expression was also very happy. When I called you a bastard, I shouldn't have been agitated and roared. Xiao Han said very honestly. I shouldn't have scolded you. Because, you're a bastard, a first-class bastard. I'm not scolding you, I'm just stating a fact. That's all. The Demon Crown Prince's relaxed expression became dumbfounded once again. The 10,000 demons were also dumbfounded for a moment, then, ha 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 ha. All the demons understood that this wild demon was not admitting defeat, but was playing with the Demon Crown Prince. Too bold. Too arrogant. It was said that the Demon Crown Prince was a first-class madman who was lawless. The wild demon in front of them was even more arrogant than the Demon Crown Prince. Under such circumstances, countless demons began to laugh wildly. They couldn't hold it in anymore. In an instant, the might that the Demon Crown Prince had put on airs and created with great difficulty was instantly disintegrated by Xiao Han's words. On top of the demon ceiling mountain, the demons who had originally submitted to the Demon Crown Prince's tyrannical aura now heaved a sigh of relief. The shackles on their hearts were directly released. Since the Demon Crown Prince was attacking the heart, then Xiao Han would give him a taste of his own medicine and attack the heart first. Moreover, the Demon Crown Prince had been too arrogant in his life. He had never failed and no one had ever disobeyed him. He had cultivated an undefeatable demon heart. Xiao Han directly insulted the Demon Crown Prince as a bastard. It was not just for the sake of his tongue, but also to destroy the Demon Crown Prince's demon heart. If he angered the Demon Crown Prince and caused a crack to appear in the Demon Crown Prince's demon heart, then the chance of defeating the Demon Crown Prince would be much greater. At this moment, the three groups of immortal senses in the void were all squirming. They also realized that their son's opponent was simply too powerful. Not yet. He wanted to destroy their son's undefeatable demon heart first. They were angry. The three groups of immortal senses emitted an aura that was truly furious. This time there were 3 high-level celestial emperors. They were willing to take the risk and release their immortal senses just to help their son ascend the throne. They originally felt that there would be no problem, but now, a ferocious wild demon came out of nowhere. There was a turning point in the matter. Look, our child has also grown to such a level. The immortal nature contained in his body is also about to awaken. This child is currently on the wrong path, but we will help him return to the right path in the future. Yes, once our child joins the immortals' camp, he will be the current #1 genius in the immortal world. Although Luoxiang and I made a mistake back then, we are also gratified to see our child grow to such an extent. Let's not talk about these things for now. The most important thing is to help our child overcome this obstacle and successfully ascend to the position of the new demon god. Everyone who obstructs our child, we must kill them all. What's more, the position of the new demon god must not fall into the hands of other demons. Otherwise the world will be in chaos. Let's wait and see. Once our child encounters any trouble, we will immediately take action. At this moment, Xiao Han also felt the anger and murderous intent of the 3 high-level celestial emperors. Xiao Han's heart was also restless. You 3 old bastards, if you can't hold back and attack me, I will be able to expose the Demon Crown Prince's identity in front of all the demons. Even your lover, that female demon, will not be able to establish a foothold in the demon world. I can also take the opportunity to destroy your celestial emperors and make you suffer losses. At this moment, the enraged Demon Crown Prince finally launched a fatal attack at Xiao Han. It was a demonic attack that contained monstrous anger and murderous intent. Wild demon, you insulted me with your filthy words. There is no place for you in the demon world or the immortal world. I will blast you into pieces. Demonic energy swept wildly. The entire demon ceiling mountain fell into a state of despair. The sky darkened as if the end of the world had come. Boundless demonic energy burst out from the Demon Crown Prince's body. Wisps of it turned into scriptures that lingered around the demon ceiling mountain, steaming, twisting, and covering. It was accompanied by the Demon Crown Prince's fatal demonic art. Of course, the main attack point of these demonic arts was concentrated on Xiao Han. They wanted to completely destroy Xiao Han. Demon Star descends. Demon World Demon Sovereign. Demon Fire Immortal Burning. Demon sky shatters. In a breath's time, dozens of demonic arts were launched at Xiao Han at the same time. Xiao Han did not hesitate. All the demonic energy in his body gathered in the demon emperor's palm on his left arm. Demonic light splashed and he launched dozens of demonic arts at the same time. World-destroying demon saber. Black-yellow demon tower. Demon armor. Sky demon forbidden skill. Boom, 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 boom. Demonic arts clashed. A violent hurricane swept between Xiao Han and the demon crown prince. The other demonic beasts on top of the demon sealer god, including the three emperors, hurriedly used their demonic arts to protect themselves. They had no reason to interfere in the battle between Xiao Han and the demon crown prince, and could only watch from the sidelines. An unprecedented battle. This is the strongest battle in the demon realm since the fall of the demon god. Amazing. No matter which of these two demons becomes the new demon god, he will lead the demon race to glory again. Some old demons roared hoarsely. They could not help themselves. Bang, 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 bang. Demonic arts clashed. However, Xiao Han was suppressed by the demon crown prince even though he had also used dozens of demonic arts. Ah, I get it now. Although your demonic energy is about the same as mine, the demonic arts and demonic arts you control are too trashy. They are all evolved from low-level demonic arts. Although the quality has been improved, they are not the strongest demonic arts of the demon realm. Ah, you will die for sure. After I kill you, I will refine your demon body into my avatar. Ah. The demon crown prince suddenly unleashed dozens of demonic arts and launched them at Xiao Han with the momentum of a tornado. The demonic arts that Xiao Han had just released were shattered like a bubble. A huge aura pressed down on Xiao Han. To be continued. That you're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.